I'm fucking drinking.
Hmm?
Malin, my God, Malin, I'm talking to the lady. So, dude, I'm trying to talk to the lady. Be quiet. You're amazing. You love like hairy guys. What's up with that? What is this thing called sex? And I gotta try it. And what? Wait, what are we talking about?
I know we say that a lot, but it's true.
Hello everyone, it's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and it's Friday night, and I decided to randomly stream because I took Tulip, my little sweet angel, out for a walk, and even though we're technically quarantined because of the plague, every house I walked past basically was having a party, and I was like, oh cool, it must be nice to have real life friends. Because, I live down here in Southern California. I don't go out. I stay in my little hobbit hole. I don't go and interact with other humans. So all of my friends live like hours away from me or are online. So I was like, fuck this. Everyone else is out partying. I'm going to have my own little party on my channel. And you guys can't really tell, but I attempted to dye my hair purple earlier today. And it came out like this black burgundy-ish thing. So I had you guys can kind of see, I had like a black t-shirt on earlier, and it did not show. So I tried gray. Apparently gray is the color that brings out the dye. But so yeah, I did not go to a salon. I am a cheapskate, and I will just use a $6 box of hair dye, which is probably why it came out this way. But I don't want to bleach my hair. So yes, my hair is purple now. It's dark, like witchy type of purple. And I actually, I decided to randomly rewatch Charmed while I was dyeing my hair. And I was like, ooh, I haven't watched Charmed in a while. And it made me so homesick because I miss San Francisco so much. Or at least what San Francisco used to be, and now it's just like meh. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So yes, I kind of have purple hair now, kind of, just a little bit. I have darkish. Honestly, you can tell more in the sunlight. Actually, at this angle, I tried like adjusting. Let me show you guys. I have my little light adjustment thing, so you can see color. Whoa, it's warm in here. Ooh, I look all green. Can't tell the hair color. This is like normal. I can go color intensity. Maybe that helps. Color intensity. Oh, I'm orange. I'm black and white. That's about normal. That's about normal. High contrast. No contrast. I look weird. Oh well. It is what it is. Super bright. Dark. Oh God. That looks terrible. I look all sweaty. But yeah, so I went to Target. I got the hair dye, and I've reached that level of, because I'm not allowed to go anywhere now, that's all I want to do, considering the fact that I am one of those people that I never go anywhere to begin with. It's not my thing. But now I'm like, now that I can't, that's all I want to do. They're like, don't do this, and I'm like don't push the button, and I'm like, fuck, I want to touch the button. I want to push the button. Now that's how I am right now with going out and doing stuff, and being a how would you say it, being a normal human that goes out and interacts with other humans. I usually don't like that kind of stuff, but I decided to do that, and well, at least attempt to do it, and dye the crazy hair. So that is what I did on Friday. Well, I also did a lot of work, but then when I was done with like the amount of time that I felt comfortable spending on said work, then I decided to go and do the whole hair stuff. But oh my goodness, it's like 1 billion degrees here, and it's even hotter inside. But if you go outside, the sun is just blazing. And even right now, it's nighttime and it's like 80 degrees outside, and I'm dying. And of course, can't go to the beach because you will get arrested. And it's like, ugh, really? I see you have a couple super chats, so thank you guys. Matt G, thank you for the super chat. Think Bowie's Black Start is similar to Station to Station. No, because you can really tell that Bowie was aware of the circumstances in his life, And so when you actually listen to the lyrics, he knew. And it kills you inside, or at least it kills me inside. Jonathan Eaton, thank you for the super chat. Are you going to have more Star Wars art on Etsy anytime soon? I need a few more for my office. Love your art. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just waiting. So oil paint takes a very long time to dry. So I was working on this Qui-Gon painting. I needed it to dry a little bit, which hopefully this heat helped, fingers crossed. And so then I'm going to finish Qui-Gon, and then yes, I will make prints of Qui-Gon, and then that will be up on my Etsy for you to purchase if you want to. Let's see. Matt G, thank you for another super chat. Bowie's run from 70 to 80 or 70s to 80s was incredible. I sincerely agree with that statement. Bowie is, well, I'm very biased. I love Bowie, so of course, like I want everything to be Bowie. I see an interesting comment. Anna, please bring Jay Longbone and Cecil to a stream. I would actually love to see Jay and Cecil interacting. That would be a great mix-up of personalities. Who do you like? I mean, everyone would just be cracking up the entire time. Let's see. Tashunami, thank you for the super chat. Simp Diamond for Black Dragon. Love you, Anna. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, so I kind of didn't have any plans, or I didn't know what to do on this stream. So I figured I would just chill and just celebrate Friday night. I invited Jesse. I sent the link to the guys, but I know Ethan is having his auction. I didn't have anything I was ready to sell, so I'm not on there because I don't have anything to sell. So I'm not going to take up a spot for someone else that has stuff that they want to sell. So yeah. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's see. Your soul. The soul. Gingers have no souls. Just FYI, everyone. You have to be aware of that. Gingers have no souls. Let's see. I know a lot of people liked my stream the other day when I was talking about the one lady that apparently you're not allowed to say her former job, but she's coming in to save Star Wars and help with the whammon and the whammon and the whammon and the women. And then John Campea was trying to say, oh, all the man babies are going to cry because it's all female-led. And then the one woman on the stream was like, dude, hold my beer. Hold my fucking beer, John Campea. Yeah. And she's just like, no, because if it fails, they're going to blame it on wham. And like, why is that a selling point? You don't go around and say, oh, it's male-led. No, but they only do that when it's whamming. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, they don't go around saying, oh, Xena is a show that was led by whamming. I'm going to move. Oh, God, that was the wrong direction. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. I want to lean back on my chair. So if I have, like, I can lean back. I can be lazy a little bit. All right. I am actually going to drink, even though I'm technically I'm drinking by myself, but because there are 169 people watching, I'm not technically by myself. Oh my goodness. If anything, it's a way for me to deal with the heat because I am freaking dying. I know I said this. Oh my God. No, I can't open it. I opened it last night. Oh, I got it. It just took a minute. Oh, it smells terrible. I'm telling you, I don't usually like my alcohol warm, or excuse me, cold. I don't usually like it cold because it hurts my teeth. But so there's something about gin. It's not very good when it's warm. So this is how I drink my alcohols. You pour the shot, and then you get Mio, and then let me open it. And then you take the shot, and then you get the Mio. You put the Mio in the shot so it tastes like fruit punch. Then you usually get something to stir it with. I have this straw, and I stir it with my straw. Usually I have this little thing that people think is a straw, and they're like, why aren't you drinking with the straw? And I'm like, it's not a fucking straw. It's a drink mixer. You know how James Bond says shaken, not stirred? I'm over here like, I'm lazy. I need to stir it. Not like James Bond. But then again, he and I have very different drink tastes. And then I have my Pepsi, because I don't like Coke. I do prefer, yes, this is my, where is it? Oh, no. Thank you, DJ Fox. This is my alcohol tutorial. The alcohol's tutorial. This is how you do it, guys. Oh, it smells terrible. It's been having this terrible aftertaste because it's been warm. And I'm like, ugh. But all right. I'm going to make a terrible, terrible face. But it is what it is, you know? Oh, that's disgusting warm. It even burns. I clicked myself out, so I decided to play a clip. Yeah, that tasted terrible. That tasted absolutely terrible. But that's what I get for leaving my alcohols in the office instead of putting it in the refrigerator. Let's see. I'll stick to beer. I hate beer. See, I've never been able to drink beer because it just has this terrible, terrible taste. And the second beer touches my tongue, I immediately want to like just projectile vomit. So I've never even been able to like swallow beer. Like the second it touches my tongue, I'm like, what? Ugh, it's just, even cider. I don't do cider. And it sucks because there's a lot of places that, you know, my friends would like to go and hang out with, like in the city. And they're always like beer only. And I'm like, ugh, I get it. It's a nice atmosphere and everything. The building's pretty. Everything's nice. But then they only serve beer and cider. And I'm like, can I pay for a beer, but like drink my own alcohol? And they're like, no. And I'm like, but I don't like beer. I don't like it. It tastes disgusting. And it makes you gain weight like crazy. I don't want to deal with that. But to each their own. If you want to drink beer, kudos to you. Drink it so I don't have to. But I've never been a beer person. I just found this one channel because Ethan was doing his auction thingy. His auction thingy-majig, and this one artist was talking about this one channel, and it's this channel called ZHC, and so I decided to go check it out. It's got like 11 million subs, and it's actually really entertaining, and I'm looking at it because it's like, it's one thing to watch somebody's video, but when you know how like the behind the scenes, like how long it actually takes to make a video, I'm like, how do these people put these videos out every single day? Like these had to be done months earlier because the amount of cuts that he has, the amount of days that it takes place over, it's like that must have taken him like at least 5 days to make one video. But I mean, I guess it's worth it. But I'm just like, holy shit, that's a lot of fucking work for one damn video. And he has a new one every single day. I'm just like, wow, that blows my mind. Blows my freaking mind. Ooh, it's like, it still burns. Let's see. There are a lot of different beers, and they all taste disgusting. Where's Kelsey? Oh, I think he might be here.
Dude, I'm trying to talk to the lady. Be quiet. You're amazing. You love like hairy guys? What's up with that?
Oh, good times. Actually, somebody recently, like I sent the very first Jack Show link to, so they could watch it. And oh my God, I'm just like, I haven't even tried to watch it back, and I'll click through parts, and I'm just like, oh my God, it was so funny. That was I remember that night as much as I can. I think I remember it more as I see it because I was very, very intoxicated that night. But it was a fun night. You know, that's one of those good nights. I feel like when I think back, I've had so much fun just, you know, being able to sit in my studio and talk to friends online. And you have a great time. And it's like you don't even have to go outside. You get to be in the comfort of your own home. It's nice. Let's see. Hell yeah, you were there. It was a great night. But oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I hate the sound of my voice. I hate it so much. I hate that I have this stupid tube in my face that makes my voice so nasally. I hear my voice and it's like fingers on like fingers against chalkboard. I cannot stand it. Bless you all for actually watching me and like watching my content and putting up with this terrible nasally sound that comes out of my voice or out of my mouth every time I talk. Oh my God. You guys are all saints for putting up with that, because even I can't even watch my videos back or watch streams that I'm on because I can't stand it. My voice is so annoying and I don't know what to do to make it better. But I feel like I need to like take vocal lessons or something, because when I hear it, because you guys don't know what I sounded like before I had my surgery. Take in mind though, I was a child, so it was like more of like a cuter kid kind of voice. But the fact that I have this tube in my skull now, it makes me sound different. If that makes sense. It's fucking hot in here. Why isn't Anna on Nick Rekieta's? I have no idea. I don't even know what Nick Rekieta talks about anymore. I used to watch it like when I was keeping up with all the stuff with Vic, and that stuff was like crazy intense. But ever since then, I don't really know, unless it's like a topic that I know about that really interests me. Because sometimes he's talking about stuff and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And so like when you don't know what the person is talking about on the live stream and you have no prior interest to it, it makes it more difficult for me to watch, if that makes any sense to anyone. Let me see. I have a few more super chats come in, so let me read them. It is such a pain in the butt with the new YouTube studio, how you have to like be able to try to attempt to read these things. Matt G, thank you for the super chat. Ever hear the recorded 2018 Never Let Me Down? Yes. And Matt G, you have a tendency to ask me a lot about Bowie, and I've said this a few times. He's my favorite artist. And I don't like to talk about it as much right now because it makes me really sensitive, because not only has he passed away, but then, and actually it's the anniversary of his passing. So, you know, it makes me very sad. And then also it's because, you know, I introduced Bowie to my sisters, and especially, you know, Ellen. And so like, I don't like to talk about it as much, but, I mean, I'm fine answering questions, but like, it's not something I, enjoy talking about. And guys, I don't mean, the anniversary of his passing, because he didn't pass away in April. He passed away, you know, in January. But there was this one, I remember it was one of the first times like Iman was posting on her Facebook page, and it was like just the most heart throbbing. It came up on my memories, actually. It was like the most heart like throbbing post that she did of him and her. And I was like, oh my God, no, because it was a while before, like, because you can tell the difference between when it's her agent posting and when she's posting. Hello. Wow, she noticed my question without a super chat. I keep an eye on the chat. It's just harder because StreamYards is like backed up. I'm not even kidding. It's like 100 degrees in my studio, so I apologize. I already know, like, I'm sweaty as hell. It bothers me too when I attempt to like go back and like edit videos or watch things back, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot, which is funny because like only a few weeks ago it was so cold and I'm in like turtlenecks and I'm like, hi guys, I'm here to talk about Star Wars, and now I'm like, it's hot. But it's California for you, especially Southern California. Let's see. Oh, Laura. Hello, Laura. Nice to see you here. Hoes be crazy. Yes, hoes be crazy. Hoes be crazy all day. My fucking video, guys. Okay, so I did a stream when I believe my campaign, my Vampirella campaign passed 20,000. So I did a live stream to celebrate that with my friends from the Jack Show. And the thumbnail, it was just like, I made emojis of all of us. You can actually see it in the chat. If you're a member, you can see the emoji. So it's me, John, Cecil, Kelsey, did I say Cecil, and Ethan, and then I have an SJW one, and then I have some Star Wars ones. But it was just like us as emojis with my Vampirella cover behind it. And it just titled it like, oh, it passed, I think it was 20K, and I'm celebrating kind of thing. And it was fine. You know, the thumbnail didn't get flagged. The video actually got flagged because someone played a clip of a video that had some music that got my video flagged and like hidden worldwide. So I peeled it. I muted the song. It works, but it's not monetized, which is fine. It's fine. It's unlisted. It's not like that's, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm just like, ugh. As long as I don't get banned from being able to stream, I'm fine. You know, that's all, you know, as long as it doesn't put any other restrictions on my channel. If it's just one video, it's fine. But so I uploaded that onto my second channel because I have another channel where I re-upload my live streams because YouTube hates it when you have live streams up on your channel. So if you leave a live stream up, it just kills the traction of your channel. And so, and you also have to think about it. If a new person is coming onto your channel and they're looking through your videos and they're like, okay, this video is 10 minutes, this one's 14, this one's 20, and then they see like a 4-hour, 7-hour live stream, they're like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't have 7 hours of my life to watch this person that I've never even heard of. So it does severely hurt the traction of your channel, which is why a lot of channels unlist their live streams. So to make it easier for everyone, I made a second channel. So I just re-upload my live streams onto that channel. And a lot of people like that. And it's very convenient, very easy. I don't care about how many subs it has. I don't care how many views the videos get. It's just something that I made that just something that I have so I can re-upload live streams. And so the thumbnail that I made for that video got fucking flagged and taken down because it doesn't follow community guidelines. I'm like, huh, that's funny. It's the exact same thumbnail that's on my main channel. It didn't get flagged on my main channel. It got flagged on the secondary channel that has not even 2,000 people that are subscribed to it. And I'm like, so it's completely fine for 138,000 people to see it on this channel, but the 1,600 on the other channel, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. And I'm just like, huh, it's a little hypocritical. So I did some of my Hoes Be Crazy videos. If you guys don't have Twitter, Hoes Be Crazy is a little thing that I started where, because this actually happened on accident. I was commenting on a post on Twitter, and, you know, Twitter only allows you a certain amount of characters. So what I do is I take my phone and I record the screen and I just point and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. And then I take it into iMovie because I have an iPhone. Take it into iMovie and I just fast forward at one. So I sound like a chipmunk and I'm just like, Hoes Be Crazy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And people like it. People think it's funny. And I'm like, oh, cool. People like it. People think it's funny. And so that's what I do. And so the name of that little gimmick is Hoes Be Crazy. Hoes Be Crazy. But yeah. So that was a very long explanation to that super chat. So yeah, that's Hoes Be Crazy. Charles Wilson, thank you for the super chat. No way you're old enough to drink. What do you think of Clone Wars Season 7? I have not finished it. But from what I have seen of it, it looks interesting. I'm excited. I am actually waiting for it to finish so that way I can just binge the entire thing. But I've seen like clips of each episode, you know? And yes, I'm 9 years old, and every single birthday from here on out, I'm going to continue to turn 9 years old. But I've been legally able to drink for years. And even before I was legally able to drink, I had a fake ID. So I have been drinking for a very long time. But yeah. Yeah. And that's not like hardcore binge drinking every single night. No, I only drink on certain occasions. Right now, it's technically the weekend, so it's fine. Bring in John and Cecil. Well, I sent them a link, so they might come in, but I think that they're over on Ethan's channel, which is fine. Let's see. Barney the Spaceosaurus woke. It won't show me your entire name, so I apologize. Comic pros pretending they are saving the comic book industry by killing it are just like Hollywood elites singing Imagine by Jon Malin. Oh my God, that video was so cringy. I don't know if you guys saw it where like Gal Gadot, however the hell you say your last name, but but how they're just like, imagine there's no heaven, and they're singing John Lennon's Imagine. I'm like, okay, I like the song. I do. I like Jon Malin. I like the song. It doesn't bother me. When I'm watching that and it's all these celebrities and they're in their fucking mansions and they're singing, oh, imagine that there's no possessions. Imagine there's no heaven when everyone is stuck inside in quarantine. And I love all the memes that came around it. It's like, yeah, here is your boat, which is a fucking yacht, and here's my little raft that Tom Hanks made in Castaway. Don't fucking tell me there's no heaven. Don't tell me no possessions when you got a fucking mansion, a Ferrari, you got millions in the bank. Don't fucking give me that shit, you privileged elitist. That's bullshit. I did not like that. And you know what? I'm going to take a shot for that because I was mad. John, I sent you a link, you know. Oh, this thing's heavy. This is going to taste terrible. I did a mix-up. I put the Mio in first, and you know what? Actually, what I am going to try to do to make this go down a little bit easier, because last time you guys saw the pain. You guys saw it. It was like, okay, so I got that, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to pour some Coke in it, or excuse me, Pepsi. It's like such a habit just to say Coke, though. I'm going to mix it. It's still going to taste like shit, though, because it's warm. Oh, my God. You know when you haven't drank it yet and you can taste it in your mouth? Okay. Oh, that's going to be nasty. And since I moved, I always, so I have these shot glasses. So this one's Luke Skywalker. I never use Luke. I always drink from Darth Vader because Darth Vader is my favorite Star Wars character. I have Darth Vader, I have Han Solo, I have Princess Leia, and I have Luke Skywalker. Guess which one is my fucking shot glass? Darth Vader. Guess which one I can't fucking find? Darth Vader. Guess which other one I can't find? Princess Leia. Or no, excuse me, I can find Leia. I can find the twins. I cannot find Han Solo, and I cannot find Darth Vader. I'm not happy about it at all. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so disgusting. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. It didn't burn as much that time, but oh my goodness. Oh, that's gross. David L., thank you for the super chat. I love your late night streams. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. It's actually only 10, so it's not too late for me. Thanks for the entertainment. I've watched your Last Jedi vid. I get punched in the gut when I left the theater. Yeah, I was fucking pissed. I was sitting there. And so Peaches had like this work event. And so it was like this happy hour work event. And it just happened to be the restaurant that was right next to the theater. So we had gotten tickets for the night of and then the next morning because I didn't know what my schedule was going to be like because I got it, you know, whenever it released, like a few months in advance, it's like a month or something. So I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if we'd be out of town or, you know, if I couldn't make it to that night showing, I was like, okay, well then I'll make it to this showing. And I got it at the theaters that I wanted, that we were able to get it. And so we go to this happy hour and I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I want to get to the theater right fucking now. I'm like, this is supposed to be like the Empire fucking Strikes Back. Like The Force Awakens, it wasn't perfect. It was a copy of A New Hope, but there's a lot of fucking questions in it, which I think might get answered. They're going to all get answered. Or if they're not all going to get answered in this movie, they're going to get answered in the next one. But this is going to be like the Disney version of the Empire Strikes Back. It's going to be off the fucking hook. The last scene we saw in The Force Awakens was Rey seeing Luke fucking Skywalker. We're going to get to see Luke fucking Skywalker in The Last Jedi. It's going to be fucking legit. Maybe he's just like, fuck the Jedi Order. This is not the way to live. Gray Jedi for fucking life. And I was pumped. And I'm sitting there. And Peaches is all having fun. All of his coworkers are fun. And I'm sitting there. And I swear, I probably look like a tweaker or something. And I'm just like, I'm drinking my margarita. And I'm just like, babe. And he's like, he's like, Anna, we got like 2 hours before the movie starts. I'm like, I don't care. And he's like, babe, it's reserved seating. And I'm like, I don't care. I want to be there. This is like, I wasn't alive when The Empire Strikes Back came out. And it's like, this is The Last Jedi. You know, I'm so fucking excited to see this movie. It's going to be like The Empire Strikes Back. We're going to get to see Luke Skywalker. Ah! And then we finally, I was bugging him and I'm having fun. Like some of his friends are like, they're teasing me because they know that I'm like hyped up to see fucking Star Wars. And they're like, what's it like for you now that you know you're finally old enough to go to a premiere? And I was like, shh, my dad took me when I was little to go see the prequels. And they're like, yeah, but the prequels were this, and this. And I was like, excuse you, I fucking like the prequels. You watch yourself. Fucking watch yourself. But everyone was just like poking fun at me and doing all this, and I was like, and I'm drinking. I only had 2 margaritas, but they were Don Julio, and I'm a very little person. Like, look, this is a Pepsi. This is a normal Pepsi can. It's like the size of my head. This for scale. That's how little I am. So I'm so fucking excited. I'm gonna see The Last Jedi. Gonna see Luke Skywalker. It's gonna be awesome. He was like, fuck the Jedi, great Jedi for life. Fuck all the rules. We're gonna maybe we'll get to see Mara Jade. Maybe we'll get to see this. Maybe all of these things. And so we get into the theater, and I'm like hyped up. I'm hyped as fuck. Peaches is sitting next to me. There's some 12-year-old kid sitting here. There's people in the theater. And then I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm telling him, I'm like, if you fucking talk during this movie, I will murder you. And he's just like, babe, I'm not going to talk. Like, it's okay. Do you want the popcorn? Do you want the icy? And I'm just like, if you even try to get my focus away from this movie, I'm going to fucking kill you. And he's just like, babe, I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. But this is Star Wars. Be respectful of the Star Wars. And so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. I got my popcorn. I'm reading. And I'm like, oh, the opening scroll. And then it goes that. And then all of a sudden, I'm like this. And then there's a fucking Yo Mama's joke. And I'm just like, huh? And then shit keeps happening. And then the bombers. And I'm just like, you know that there's like these things. Where are they? I guess I'll get, fuck, I don't want to move that one. Oh, shit. All right. Don't fall. Okay. So, you got these things called Ywings. And yes, this one's old. It's been used. I played with this as a kid. It's actually got some dust on it since we did some remodeling. All right. So, you got these things called fucking Ywings that can shoot. You also behind me, you got these things called X-Wings that when you push a button in the fucking cockpit, it makes these things go pew, 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 as I do that. Okay, so it makes, it's from these, there's these attached things. I was a kid. I played with this. It broke. I'm sorry. I was a very active child. But so you push a button and it goes pew, 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 and you can shoot from a fucking distance. But no, for some fucking reason, you have to go directly over the other ship and drop bombs in outer space where there is no fucking gravity. You can fucking tell me that, oh, well, they're magnetic. I'm like, okay, they're fucking magnetic. Wouldn't they just go back up to the ship that they just came out of? Really? Like, have you ever played with magnets? Were you not one of those kids that used magnets as a child? They're going to go to the thing that is the closest to them, that has the opposite pole as them. What if the fucking dreadnought is one of those ships that repels magnets? That whatever the magnets that are coming towards it, it automatically switches poles so that way it repels the magnet away from it. Did you ever fucking think about that? Did you ever pay attention in physics or any fucking science class? Apparently fucking not. And I'm over here like, I didn't hate science. I liked science. I enjoyed science until they started adding math. Then I was like, fuck that. You can do the math. You can explain it to me. You can show me the experiment. I'm not doing the fucking math. My lab partner can do the math for me. I'm not doing it. I understand the concept of what you're telling me. You want me to do the math? Fuck no, I'm not doing the math. That's why I went to college for art. I'll draw that shit for you. I can understand the concept. I'm not doing the fucking math. The second they started adding letters from the alphabet to numbers, I'm like, good, go fucking find it yourself. But anyways, I was sitting there and I'm like, maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a fucking reason why this shit is going like this. Maybe. The Yo Mama's joke, I think I actually said what the fuck in the theater. Like I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, maybe it's the first 5 minutes of the movie. Maybe there's gonna be an explanation for that later on. Maybe Leia is going to put Poe in his fucking place and say, what the fuck did you just do? I'm gonna reprimand you because you're fucking crazy. You disobeyed my orders. You're going to the brig. We're stripping away your title because you didn't follow the chain of the command correctly. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups because I'm talking so much. So then we get to Jakku and we see how there's Luke fucking Skywalker, and Luke fucking Skywalker is standing there. Rey had just handed him the lightsaber, and I'm screaming in the theater like, ah, it's Luke fucking Skywalker. And then what does he do? I'm gonna use this. Oh, I have the lightsaber, but I'm not gonna throw it because it's mini and it was expensive. Okay, so he's got it in his hand. This is my makeup, and then it's empty, but this makeup is actually expensive. But and then he just goes like this. Oh shit! Oh no! And I hit my painting, and that was the moment I said, "What the fuck? This movie is shit." John, hello.
I was a little scared to come in here.
I know.
You're like wired up. Did you do a line of Coke or what?
No.
Wow.
I have alcohols. I just haven't talked to like other humans today, so I'm like, my energy is expelling. Did you sell
guys? I think I'm going to bring this down a notch.
Did you sell your Hairless Man drawing?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
510 bucks. Yeah.
Woo.
I just did it this afternoon. I just drew it this afternoon.
I thought
I wanted to have something for the auction. That's the thing is people go in there with like really, really well done like cover stuff and all that. But if you watch enough of these auctions, the kind of the high range is really kind of around 500 to 700.
Mm-hmm.
And
really? Unless you're Ethan, then you get like a
right. Yeah, sometimes you get some real high bidders in there, and they'll go up to $1,000 or $2,000, $3,000. I think the highest I've seen is 3,000 something.
Oh my God! What was it? A baby wrapped in gold?
No, it was. I believe it was Mike Miller's original like Comicsgate Alliance illustration. So that had like Jawbreakers on it, Red Rooster,
and that went straight to Bitcoin.
Yeah, it probably did.
Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations. It needed hair. I actually took a picture. I don't know if you saw. I replied and then Cecil replied. And I'm just like, this is like the epitome of our friendship. I want to put it on a t-shirt and just put like the Jack Show. But it's like, it's you. And then I said, where's the chest?
I can't see what that is.
Okay, well, it's too bright. But well, I took a screenshot and it's you, me, then Cecil, and I'm gonna crop it and I want to put it on a t-shirt and just like this is our friendship. It's a perfect analogy for it. But yeah.
Wait, what were we saying? What was the conversation?
You put your picture and you said, I'll be auctioning this 11 by 17 original graveyard shift pinup of Vlad Bolt. How do you say his last name?
Blood. B-L-U-D.
That's he's a vampire and his last name is Blood.
Yeah, it's very coincidental.
And his first name is Vlad, like Vlad the Impaler.
It's all coincidence.
Oh yeah, totally. On Ethan Manskyber's spring auction, join us. And then I said, "Where's the chest hair?" with a bunch of question marks emojis. And Cecil responds with, "It's on his back." And so I took a screenshot and I was like, "Yep, that is." And then I just want to like start finding funny conversations or like clips or something, and then like put it on t-shirts and just put hashtag the Jack Show. But yeah.
So what are you going off on? What movie are you talking about? Oh, my point was that, so I just worked up something very quick. It's comic, it's related to my book and threw it out there. I 3 hours of work, $500, like not too bad. Yeah, that's the way to do it, really.
Because it doesn't show up on here. Do you put pencils down or do you just do straight into inks?
Yeah, I did lay down some pencil and then I went to ink. No, I can't do what like Ethan and Dan Fraga do.
What pens do you use?
I used a Micron and I think they're called Pit pens. You can get them at pretty much anywhere.
I hate microns.
Yeah.
Have you ever used, where are they? I was told to use these in college because they don't bend. You can get them at like Japanese calligraphy stores. They're high-tech C pins. You should try it.
Yeah, I'm not into all the fancy gear because I'm usually digital.
Well, yeah,
so.
yeah, you do digital. Well, these are great. I doubt you have Japanese calligraphy stores, so I'll get some and I'll send them to you. They're actually pretty cheap, but they're really, really good. Anna is coated in a layer of fuzz. I am. It's the biggest pain in the butt. I have to nair my face like once a week. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Mayo is the devil's juice. Thanks, Cecil. Oh. Man. I was watching the auctions earlier, and I didn't see you or Cecil on. I must have caught like the later end of it.
I dropped out for like 40 minutes, and then I came back.
Well, there's some cool stuff on there. Is it done now?
Yep.
Oh, well, there was this one guy that was talking about like a YouTube channel. So I checked out the YouTube channel he was talking about. It was actually pretty good. Like
what was the guy?
It was the one where Art kept complaining about how there's no way to put a logo on the drawing.
Oh, that Jamie Reyes guy.
Yes. And so I checked out the channel that he was talking about that did the penciling for it. And I was like, oh, this is cool.
The guy had like 3 letters to his name, like KCV or something.
There we go. No, ZHC. Yeah, and I watched his video and he's just like he bought the first one I watched was Louie Vuitton came out with a set of color pencils that was $1,000. And he practiced drawing with $1,000 color pencils.
The ZHC guy did? Wow.
Well, yeah, because he's got 11 million subs. So each video he makes like at least,
Oh, wow.
100 grand.
I must have missed that about him having 11 million subs. Interesting.
Yeah. So, and then the next video he bought like 11 iPhones, bunch of iPads, AirBuds, and then like a $25,000 Apple computer, and they repaint them. So they sand them down and they repaint them and they give them away to people. And I was like, must be nice. Be nice to just have that kind of.
He's just doing that for content, huh?
Yeah. And I was saying, I was like, it must have taken him at least 5 days to make one video. And he comes out with a new video every single day. I'm going to link you guys the video in the chat. I'm not even kidding. It's fucking crazy. And I'm like, can I be your best friend? Right. And I'm not usually one of those people, but I'm like, if you're giving away free iPhones, like my iPhone's pretty old. I guess it's kind of broken. Let's see. Yeah, I dropped it a little bit.
Break it and send a picture of it to him. See if he'll fix it.
Well, see if he'll give me a new one and paint it for me. Although I didn't like, because what they do is they sand it down and then they spray paint it and then they use the paint pens on it. Okay. And it wasn't very clean. Like when they pull off the tape, it's like you can see how it's all like jaggedy. I don't like it. But that's a very minor complaint if somebody's giving you a free iPhone.
Sure, yeah. Free art.
Yeah, free art, free iPhone, and it's all, but it wasn't like realism. It was all just kind of flat with a few layers on it and like little cartoony animals or dragons. Okay, I'm going to read a couple super chats. Mogin Lord, thank you for the super chat. Dig the backdrop. I need to work on a nice setup for my station. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. This is real. This is my real house, and this is my real stuff behind me. It's not green screened. Like that's
yeah. One of your friends, right? Doesn't she like green screen your room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is with that?
Well, so she just films in her bedroom. So she's like, my bed is boring. Like nobody wants to look at my door and my like the end of my bed and then my dresser and like a couple posters. So she has a green screen set up. So she asked everyone. She said that she collects it like Pokemon cards. So she has different people's backgrounds and so she'll switch it out.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, and I was like one of the last people that she asked, and I was waiting. I'm like, I feel like I'm left out. Like, is my background not cool enough? So she has my old background, and so I look at it and I'm like, I miss it. I miss it so much.
Oh wait, Cecil should use it then too, right?
Yeah, I don't know where the picture is. I'd have to go hunt him down. Let's see. People are asking where's Cecil. I don't know. I sent him the link.
He tried getting into the auction and then gave up.
What the fuck does Cecil have to sell?
Nothing. He was invited just to be on there, for color commentary.
He could have been like one of the.
He could have done the auctioneer. He's done that before.
That's true.
He makes it, and he's done it before. I've heard him at least the first time he did it. He was really funny because he's like 10, like on the countdown, and then he'd be like 10 birds in the sky, some shit like that. 9.
Yeah, Cecil's funny. Cecil's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Cecil was invited to be Edwin. Oh God.
Yeah. So I went over there when I left the auction. I went over to Mike's channel and said hello to him and Edwin. They were just doing a chill stream, just seeing what's going on. They were being very cordial. They were asking about Graveyard Shift and how it was doing. Mike and I both are printing at Transcontinental in Canada. So apparently it's a race to the finish line to see who's going to fulfill first.
Well, I'm surprised they're being nice to you. I got blocked, and then Edwin did a really mean post about me, but he didn't tag me. And I'm just like, if you're going to say shit about me, at least have the balls to tag me.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're feeling like peace. Maybe.
That's good, mate.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because I mean, they were nice to me, and I wasn't there when all the shit went down. So then all of a sudden it was just like a complete 180, and I was like, what the hell happened? But it is what it is. Canada is inherently evil, John.
That's probably true.
I don't know. I don't know if you ever watched How I Met Your Mother, but there's this ongoing gag where one of the characters says Canada isn't a real country because one of the characters is supposed to be from Canada. And so I always try to say that, but then people don't know the joke. And I'm just like, oh, it's from a TV show. Anyways, let me read the next super chat. Tater, no, your voice is awesome. Well, thank you. I don't agree with you, but I appreciate the sentiment. I think I have a very nasally, annoying, high-pitched, squeaky voice. But that's because I have a tube in my skull. Let's see. Oh, fuck. Well hung and dung. I cannot say that word. I'm going to copy and paste this word. Let's see if you can figure out how the fuck to pronounce this word, John.
Okay.
It is one of the longest words I've ever seen.
Oh, is it in the private chat here?
I just sent it. Yeah.
New mono. Why do people give you these words?
It's well hung and dung every fucking time. He sends me like a 20-letter word.
New mono ultram microscopic volcano. There's a volcano in there. Conus cone. EOS is. Wow.
No idea. Let's see. Matt G, thank you for the super chat. It says message deleted, so I don't know what you said. So I don't know if you retracted that or YouTube, but contact YouTube to get that sorted out. Howlery Glory 131. Thank you for that. Slay Queen. Well, thank you. Morton Zirks, thank you for super chat. Rumi wants to let you know her Facebook friends blocked her after she linked one of your videos about New Warriors. She wants to start YouTube now too. Oh shit. The only videos I've made is the redesign. John, you should do one of those.
Redesign of what?
New Warriors.
Oh. Why, are those hot videos or something?
Well, I mean, you do digital, so just do a recording of you and just have the OG one there, and then just redraw it and make it look cool. Do it.
Yeah, I guess I could, or maybe just make something cool for myself.
Well, you want to grow your channel, don't you?
Well, it's growing.
Okay, yes, it's growing, but you want to get a wider audience. That way you can get more people to come in from the outside.
Oh, I know. It's content. Yeah, I understand.
So redesign all the new Warriors. You're a professional comic book
why
artist.
do I want to do favors for Marvel?
You're not doing a favor for them, if anything.
And I don't know if I could do better than Andrew Huerta. Andrew Huerta turned Snowflake and Safe. What was it?
It's a different style. Just
he made him into a pimp and a prostitute, and it looked awesome.
Just try it.
I might. Right now, I'm editing that episode that we all did together, the 25th or $25,000.
The one where it got my thumbnail got flagged. But everyone put a 1 in the chat if you would like to see John do a redesign of Snowflake and Safe Space or any of the new Warriors. Put a 1 if you want to see it, 2 if you don't. And we will see. We will let them decide. And I will drink this.
What are you drinking?
Gin with Mio and Pepsi.
Huh.
And it's disgusting. It's terrible. Oh, look, 1s.
I see like 11s. I see 3s and 2s.
People would love to. I see more 1s. It's my channel. I say it's 1s.
I might give it a go. I might give it a go just for shits and giggles.
Just do it. Just do it. Snowflake and Safe Space. That was the one that gets it trending. Just do it.
Yeah, but I'd make them badass, and then I just use the designs for my own product or something. But whatever. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that.
I'm telling you, do it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's people like to watch it. If you just did like a 10-minute time lapse video and put like music or your little typing thing over it, there you go.
My little typing thing over it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like this is wrong. Like this is wrong. This is how you do it.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for. That's what I'm doing for this. I think. I think I typed something in for there, and I was like, "Well, that's weird," because normally I do that for Mail-In After Midnight, and this is not Mail-In After Midnight. It's just trying to organize all the funny stuff. There was a lot of funny bits in there.
I'm gonna put this up because this is a nice super chat. Love your redesigns, Anna. Thank you.
I love the names that you gave them. What were they again?
Snowblade and Safeguard.
Yeah, those are great. Those are good names.
Did you see my newest one? Well, actually, that's the chat. I tell everyone while I'm drawing this to come up with names, and then I pick the ones that I like the best. So then this last one, let me find the picture. I don't know if you've seen it. So I really like vampires and whatnot. And so this one I was like, because I tried not to change the color palette because I'm like, I have to work like using the parameters that they gave you. And this is what I try to explain to people. It's like when you're working for someone else and they have their artistic idea and you want to bring yours, but they're like, no, use this color, use this. So I never blame the artist for it. I blame who's ever in charge of the art direction. But this one, I was like, I can't use these colors. This is way too terrible. But so this is what I did. So this is B Negative, which is a ripoff of David Bowie from Labyrinth. And I made him Bloodline. And I had this whole different backstory for him. But
you gave some practicality to his straps for swords and knives. Yeah, that's good.
Well, this looks like he's a little twink power bottom that is into BDSM.
Yeah. It's probably what they actually intended.
No, and John, here's the thing. So this jacket actually is one of the jackets that came out when it was there's a TV show on Disney Junior called Vampirina, and they had kids jackets that came out for that. And so she's like it's like a little kid show for like kids that are like 5 and under. And one of the things is just she'll turn into a bat. And so they had a jacket because she wears this like purple little jacket. And this is the same fucking design for little girls that wear it when they're 5 years old. And they use that for this. And then they ripped off Batman's spikes on his shoes. But yeah. And then they made it's terrible.
Trying to find this Vampirina thing. Does she have like bats or bat wings in her head?
Yeah, her little pigtails are bat wings. But yeah, and so this one is gonna drive you crazy.
But yeah, that was a good design.
Thank you. So then this one, the artist, okay, so you see how this is the OG one, how his little hand is right here. When the artist did this, they didn't even put it on the right side. They like the artist flipped it completely wrong. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like they just traced the forward drawing and then made it the back.
Yes.
Instead of actually flipping it to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, minor thing for a concept design. All right, let's look at yours. Yours looks like a Captain Power in Soldier of the Future.
Well, this one I had the chat vote on what they wanted. So they wanted a full robotic arm, and I was like, I was gonna have just like the visor and show his hair, but they voted on like a full helmet. And then it's weird the way that the guy does it because he makes all of their lips go out further than their nose, and I'm like, that's not normal. But I gave
what is that little flying thing? Is that like
the sidekick? You know how like Booster Gold had his little like robot sidekick?
Oh, okay.
I gave
like no one's gonna know this except the old guys, but there used to be a TV show called Automan, and he had a little sidekick called Cursor, and he just flew around and he could turn into cars and helicopters, and looks cool. Looks cool. He also had like that kind of. He also had like that kind of cut in his costume. Let me try to find a picture of Automan. No one knows Automan. It's very obscure.
But anyways, so I think if you did redesigns, they would be taken very well, especially if you say I'm Jon Malin and this is the kind of stuff I do, and then this is how this artist shit. Well, you probably won't say that because I feel like you're a lot, more diplomatic than I am when I approach these things.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not always diplomatic. Sometimes
you are a lot like without sugarcoating things, you come off a lot nicer than I think I do. Unless
that's probably true.
Unless it's Kelsey, then it's the opposite. But yeah. Let me read a couple more of these. Tazmunami, thank you for the super chat, and it's a unicorn sticker. So thank you. I like unicorns. I do. Let's see. Herla Glory 131. Thank you for super chat. For the Horde. Yes. I don't know if you like World of Warcraft, but I am definitely on the orc side of things.
Never got into it.
Well, it's good. I never played it. I've watched people play it many times, and I thoroughly enjoy the art of Blizzard. If the company wasn't so fucked up, I would be working there. But
I think the most I know about it, and it could even not be the same game, but is that Leroy Jenkins bit.
Was that World? I don't think that was WoW. I think that was something else.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I know very little of World of Warcraft. I know one of my friends got sucked into it, and I haven't seen him in a long time, decades. So,
Anna is nicer when she drinks. That is the one thing I am so happy about myself, is that I am a happy drunk. I am not. You would think I'd be an angry drunk, but I'm not. I'm a very happy, laid back person when I've been. I'm maybe a little bit more outgoing, but I'm about the same. So. You outgoing. Leroy Jenkins was Alliance Paladin in WoW. Okay. Is this you?
That's Automan.
Yeah, I know what that is.
So they don't show a little cursor. Maybe that little dot actually in the bottom of Automan is the shape of cursor. Because he's like a little flickering orb.
Yeah, it's like in the thing with the pot, that's Disney movie. What is the thing with the pot where the bad guy has like horn? The Horn King, the Black Cauldron. The princess has like a little globe that follows her around that has magic.
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins.
That was great.
That
they do that. They do a gag in that show that I keep talking about, Barry on HBO, because they're like Barry is trying to get this like very specific plan going on with like this headstrong guy, and then like the headstrong guy just bum rushes in and says, Leroy Jenkins. Like, oh shit.
That's such a meme now, or that people I've actually seen that people do that. I remember when I played water polo and people would do that and just like go in, and it's like we're having like a little huddle and they'd be like, and I'm just like,
yeah,
dumbass.
Yeah, fuck the plans.
Yeah, fuck the plans. Let's just do it. It's like one of the funniest videos ever made. I bet you that guy did not know he was about to become a legend. Mad G, thank you for the super chat. Oh, sorry, I won't ask those again. I didn't know. It's okay. I don't expect people to know that. It's just something that it's like, it's a sensitive thing, and so I don't mind talking about it, but it's something that I would prefer to not right now. Ask me again in a year.
Oh, someone says it was staged but funny. Was it? Was the Leroy Jenkins bit staged?
Don't ruin it for me. I like the illusion of that. That was real in the moment. Well, maybe. Oh my god, I can't open this. I've been opening this all night. Oh, there we go. And I can't get it. Was Cecil awake earlier?
Yeah, when he was trying to get into the auction stream, but I'm sure he gave up a long time ago. Disappeared.
Should I call him?
Yeah, give him a call.
All right, you guys want to? Oh, shit.
He says he's lonely, so
I know that's why I was like,
you're really doing him a favor, waking him up at 2 a.m.
This is gonna be the second night in a row too.
Poor Cecil.
Can you hear that?
Really.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Cecil. I don't know what his voicemail is though. Hello. Were you sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh well, John and I are streaming. Do you want to come on?
Fuck no.
I think I'm gonna sleep.
You're gonna go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Damn it,
Okay.
Cecil, don't answer the phone at 2 a.m. if you're not gonna play.
I'll see. Maybe now that it's in my head, I'll wake up. All right.
Okay, well, I'm pretty intoxicated, so you'll have to message John if you pop in the green room.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
Wow, when I'm more awake than Cecil, that's a different day. It's Friday night, Cecil. God.
Yeah, he's depressed though, because he said it. It's probably true because he doesn't have anybody. It's just him.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I guess so.
So he's going through quarantine by himself this entire time,
Well,
and he's not you or me, Anna. He's an outgoing guy. He's a socialite.
True. That's true.
So yeah, he's been down in the dumps.
Yeah, which you would think he would enjoy something like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just probably not at 2 a.m. when he's probably 3 sheets to the wind and passed out. Yeah. He's probably gonna block your number. He's like, I can't believe she keeps calling me.
I know, 2 nights in a row, and I'm not even kidding. It was like, let's see, because you can see what times you've called somebody. So tonight, it's only 10, and then I called him at 9:01. Yesterday.
Yeah, that's midnight our time. And excuse me. Yeah, and he probably thinks it's like his mom or someone calling to say someone died. And then he's like, "What? The phone's ringing. The phone's ringing at midnight. Oh my god! Only a death in the family would warrant this, and it's you both."
It's just me. Anyways, I'm gonna do a little shilling for myself. My campaign is only $60 away from 26,000.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I don't think I put the link in the description because I was already kind of intoxicated when I started the stream. But if you want to be the lucky person that can push my campaign over 26,000, you can do it because it's at $25,940 with 411 backers. Holy fucking shit, that's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, push it over the top, guys. If you haven't back, get in there and back, and just kick this weekend off with a blast. And Dan Fraga's launching his book tomorrow, Black Flag at noon.
That's exciting.
It's a big week for all of us comic skaters. Very excited for it.
And for all of you that don't know, Dan Fraga is Portuguese like me, and he's from Azores like me.
Yeah, he was in the chat earlier.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was saying hi. I think he super chatted you or something. That's why I noticed him.
You see?
But yeah, Portuguese guy, and Legend. He used to work with Rob Liefeld back in the early '90s, and he's been storyboarding
too.
Yeah.
So, did you guys
but much later. He worked for him in like 91, 92, which was when the comic industry was like huge. I mean, these guys were rock stars back then. Like, I was a kid and I was reading Dan Fraga, Rob Liefeld, all that stuff. I worked with Rob in around 2002, 2003. So the heyday was gone and over. It was the hangover, so no, complete different experiences while we were there. So, I mean, he was there when McFarlane was hanging out, and he knows all like legends. So very happy to see him with us, hanging out with us at Comicsgate.
Yeah, and he's super chill too. You would think that like someone
he's high all the time. It's great.
Well, no, you would think like somebody like that would have like a big head on their shoulders. Like, I remember one of my teachers that I always tell people this. I'm like, we never agreed on anything, but like we were both huge Star Wars fans, and he's just like, oh yeah, the Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie, and I'm like, how? And I think like that's how I know who like certain people are, because he worshiped Rob Liefeld, but he would talk all the time about how his anatomy was off and all that. But I'm just like,
yeah, Rob's rich. That's all that matters to Rob, is that Rob blew the doors off the industry when he was like 21, somewhere around there, 21, 22, something like that, and became a millionaire. He was doing Levi 501 jean commercials, and I think he might have even been on a episode of Lifestyles and the Rich and Famous. I haven't seen it, but I keep hearing that. Oh, and he married what's her name? Joy Beth. Huh?
He married a lady.
Well, yeah, but she's a famous lady. Saved by the Bell. You remember that show?
I do. I never watched it though.
Okay, well, in the later episodes, when like some of the female characters were leaving, another lady came in. She was like a greaser chick, and she looked like not Kelly Kapowski. Yeah, Joy Beth Creel. So, but that's not her. But that girl is her twin sister. She's part of Triplets, and her twin sisters. I think they were in the Parent Trap sequel with Haley Mills.
So if they're triplets, because it's very, very rare for all triplets to be identical. So were her sisters identical and she was the one that wasn't?
I think they all look almost identical. Let me try to find a...
Okay, let me look up her sisters. Well, no, because I remember I was reading... So I remember I was helping this one... lady at this store, because ironically I was taller than she was, and she wanted me to help her like grab some luggage, because we were shopping at like this toy store, and it was like this luggage with princesses on it, and so she asked me to grab like the one off of the display for her, and so I did, and I was like, oh, you're getting 3 of them, and she's like, yeah, she's like, I have triplets, and I was like, oh my, and I was like, are they all identical? And she's like, 2 of them are, and the other one isn't. And she's like, it's like 1 in a million shot that you would have identical triplets, so it's extremely rare for your triplets to be identical.
There you go.
Okay, let's see.
And I think, and I'm not even sure, but I think Joy is one of the 2 on the right. She might be the one on the far right, and the one in the middle might be the one that went on Saved by the Bell.
It looks like the 2 that have the curly hair have cleft chins, and then this one doesn't. I don't know. They all look pretty similar. I don't know if they're
pretty close. They're pretty close.
They are. Let me...
And then I think they were in the movie The Cell with what's her name? They played the serial killer's mom, which was represented by like 3 females.
J-Lo.
Yeah, J-Lo. Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I know which one you're talking about.
Anyways, so yeah, Rob's had a really great and blessed life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't care. I don't think. I mean, it probably bugs him a little bit because he's had to deal with it for pre-internet days. People shit talking his art, but he's been super successful. You wouldn't have Deadpool without Rob.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't, really care for Deadpool until the movies came out, and even then, I'm like, they're funny. Like the first time around you watch it, it's like, okay, it's funny. But I mean, I haven't watched him again. I just remember the first time I saw Deadpool because it came out on Valentine's Day. And after the movie, I went to the restroom, and then the girl that followed me, she was behind me in line. She went in the stall next to me. It was this tiny little Asian girl, and it was a dude. Like when she went, because I sitting down to go pee, and then in the stall next to me. I thought it was weird because I was like, it's a very different sound and posture when somebody is a guy going to the bathroom than a girl, and I was like, that's a fucking dude. It's dude. And I went out, and like my boyfriend at the time, I told him, I was like, the girl that's following me out of the bathroom, I was like, it's a dude. And he's like, no, it's not. And I was like, yes. And it's like tiny little petite Asian girl. And I'm like, I wonder if her date knows. Because it was 100% a fucking dude. And I'm like,
yeah.
But that's
he might have known it. He might have known. Might have been his kink, man. Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those Thailand things.
Someone said call Cecil again. Jason, I see you. Yeah.
Well, then John, I'll have to call him because I already called him.
No. We don't need to call him.
Yeah, he might be awake. Let's see. Doomatron, thank you for the super chat. When I post Godzilla pic on Twitter, can you ask your mom which one she likes? Yes. Make sure you tag me in that, and make sure you have some reference to my mother, and her name is Sandy. If you want to say mom or Sandy, either one works, and I can attempt to send her a picture. If she knows how to respond to that or not, I do not know.
Wait, is your mom like big on Godzilla?
Oh, my mom's weird. My mom loves Godzilla. She likes it. I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
That
makes sense. I mean, you're into nerdy stuff too.
But my mom's not. My mom's just like, Anna, stop complaining. But my mom, my mom likes He-Man, and my mom likes Godzilla, and she likes Conan the Barbarian. But I think that's more for the
yeah, that's like beefed up dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, my mom.
Godzilla's a little weird though.
I guess she liked it when she was a kid, and she says like Godzilla, like she does the most racist Japanese accent, and she says Godzilla, and I'm like, God, Mom. But,
wait, no, she's probably actually doing it properly. Like your mom might be like, yeah, because it's like gorilla, or something like that. Like that's how they say it. And your mom might. It might not be racist at all, just accurate.
Well, when it's coming from a tiny little blonde woman that looks like Elsa from Frozen, it's yeah.
And I also, like I'm very careful about things like that. Like I wouldn't even consider mocking an accent to be any kind of form of racism or anything like it. Maybe it's racial. It's definitely like cultural or, from, different countries and stuff like that. But, I feel like like real racism that comes from like a place of like hate. You know what I mean? Like, you really despise somebody, and you're saying something or doing something to be completely hurtful to them. I don't think someone like even Dave Chappelle. Like, did you see that last stand-up he did? He's like, "What if I identify as a Chinese man?" And then he's like, "Oh, hello," or I don't know what he did. He, this is how I feel inside. It was hilarious. I would never call that. What's that?
He even says, he's like, my wife is Filipino, so I can get away with this.
Well, no, I think anyone can get away with it because it's not done out of like it's not trying to be hurtful. It's just making a joke.
Yes. The John Beck, thank you, super chat. For your cola fund, tis better, ha ha ha. Well, thank you. I don't like Coca-Cola. I like Pepsi. I'm one of those people. I'll drink Coke if that's all they have, but I prefer Pepsi. I'm one of those people, and I'm fine with it.
I noticed like if you don't drink Coke or Pepsi for a long time, either will do. But as a Coke drinker, when I'm drinking it often, and I drink a Pepsi, I'm like, ugh.
That's because Coke is like how much sugar in it?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe more. Maybe that's why I love it.
When I drink
Pepsi
Coke,
almost tastes flat.
I don't know. When I drink Coke, I can feel the sugar on my teeth, and it grosses me out. Like I can drink it, but this is gonna sound weird to people. I like Coke when it's flat and there's no bubbles in it. But with Pepsi, I can always drink Pepsi. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's pretty much Pepsi at that point when it's flat. They used to put cocaine in Coke. Did you know that?
I did know that. I did.
Yeah.
I think. Hello Glory 131. Thank you for that. Hair on your chest. Yeah, John, you start drawing men with hair on their chest.
Yeah, but I can't do that with people that are already established as not having that. So
he's a full-grown man. Why doesn't he have hair on his chest?
Look, man, I don't know. Maybe it's part of the change that he went through. Because I never showed him with.
Does he turn into a bat? Does he turn into a bat?
Not really. I mean, we did turn him into a bat for the Little Graveyard Shift book, but that's not really meant to be completely literal to the book. Little Graveyard Shift is like a little ash can we had on our first book. It was like little chibi characters, like little kind of kitty character versions of them. So it's just meant to be more kind of like cute and stuff. But he has not yet turned into a bat.
Well, even your like bat Dracula dude doesn't have any hair on his chest. What the hell is that? He's got like this mane.
Don't worry. When you see volume 2, you'll see that there is a character that is haired up.
Yeah,
he's like a werewolf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's gonna be my favorite character. Calling it now. David,
don't worry. When I get to Project Thunder, I'll be sure there's a haired up dude in there for you.
Thank you. Thank you. David L, thank you for that. You secretly drink Coke and water with no Mio. Ew, no, I don't. Unless I want to like throw up, which I never want to throw up. Comquats 420, thank you for the super chat. You look beautiful tonight on, I think that was directed at you, John.
No, I appreciate it. I combed my hair.
Yeah, your bowl cut. Couch Doodles, thank you for the super chat. Fragga Bomb. It's Boom. Hail Comic Skate. Well,
yeah, that's Dan. That's Dan.
I know.
Couch Doodles, yeah.
I know who he is. I follow him on Instagram.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just pointing it out.
I know he's got whatever that little symbol is. It looks like the little thing on the Ouija board.
It might be the black flag symbol. Is it black with a red kind of shield on the inside?
Yeah, but the little shield, it looks like the thing that you push on a Ouija board. I had this one roommate in college that was terrified of Ouija boards, and I told her, I was like, there's one in this apartment, and she's like, no, there's not. And I was like, if you find it, I'll get rid of it, or you have permission to get rid of it. But I was like, there's one in this apartment, it's in plain sight, and if you find it, I'll let you get rid of it. And she never found it because it wasn't real, and I was just fucking with her. But
that's funny, because I could never see myself at college age and ever giving a crap about a Ouija board. What kind of background was she coming from? Was she like real religious or?
No, she was like white, kind of, I don't know, poor background. But like she lived with her mom and her grandma, and they kind of like struggled, but so she was at college on a scholarship. She's going for architecture, so but then she became like a hardcore drug addict and started selling like magic mushrooms out of our apartment, and I was like, get out. I had this really bad, like, it was a trend in college where all of my roommates would go from like the nicest people ever, like the most respectable closeted people, to becoming like hardcore druggies and like drug dealers. And I was like, how is this continuously happening? But that's what you got to do, I guess,
weird.
to survive.
Because I remember in high school, like there was a weird change that happened at this one school I went to. Because I went to a lot of schools, but at this one, it was like the kids that were, small school, mostly white. The kids that were really getting into rap, like it was like the cooler kids, or like they were all turning into rappers. And then like the next year, they were all like hardcore country guys with trucks. And I was like, what the hell happened to these guys?
Yeah, that's like my sisters. They hated country music, and then all of a sudden they went through this phase where they all just became. They went from rap music to country music, and I'm like, what? You hated that a minute ago, and now all of a sudden you're like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I've been consistent on my anti-rap stance my whole life. So
same.
Look, honestly, there's some rap that is, kind of fun to listen to or a little bit exciting, but overall, it's garbage music.
It's noise. It's 100% noise. I hate it with a burning passion. I don't understand that anyone listens to it. Tatsunami, thank you for the super chat. You go, girl. Oh, well, thank you. I think that was directed as John as well.
Thanks.
Well hung and done, and it says Anna, blah, 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 and it's a long word, and the long word, which I'm going to post in the chat right now. This is the long-ass fucking word, which I don't know how to say because I'm not crazy, and it means a word coined by the president of the National Puzzlers League as synonym for disease known as silicosis.
Crazy.
I even with that definition, I don't know what the fuck it means. So,
yeah, why don't they just call it like something like COVID-19? One short word with a number.
Now my stream is flagged. It's never being shown again because John said the no word.
Get out of town.
They said you're allowed to say it. They said you're allowed to talk about COVID, and then all of a sudden now your videos get flagged and you can lose your channel for saying it. John, did you know I dyed my hair today?
No, wait, did you do it purple or something?
Yes, and it dyed my roots.
It doesn't really look. It doesn't look different.
It's like well, because my hair is dark, so it's like a black.
A light thing. Oh,
no, it's like
it's very subtle. So
it is. So how everyone's like, oh, you're gonna look like the chick from Star Wars, like the crazy bitchy chick, and I was like, no,
Hodor or whatever. Hodor, I don't know.
Hodor, Holdo, whatever.
Holdo, yeah.
Whatever the creepy lady's name is, but Laura Dern, Star Wars Laura Dern.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did it, and so now it doesn't show up when I wear black, so I had to wear like a lighter color. But you can tell definitely in person, but it's purple-ish.
There you go. Maybe just give it another go. Maybe I'm not an expert at this or anything, but I think to make color hold better, wouldn't you want to like kind of bleach it and then make it purple?
Yes, you are right, but I have no desire to bleach my hair because it would kill it. But no, so I had this theory. So I don't know if you saw it, but on Twitter, this chick, because when I went to that convention a while ago and I painted myself pink and I dressed up like this character, this chick decided months later, which was yesterday, to say, she called me the fandom menace cunt and said that if she ever saw me at a convention, well, she first said I should be banned from ever going to conventions because it's art that I'm not allowed to like, and I'm unworthy of it because I'm a crazy conservative Trump supporter, and that if she ever meets me or if she ever sees me at a Comic-Con, she's gonna fuck me up. So I was like, I've never talked about politics on any channel or my own. I never talk about politics because I'm like, politics and that stuff doesn't belong in entertainment. That's a problem that I think is there. So I was like, I'm never going to talk about it, but I was like, maybe I should dye my hair purple or something so that way I look like one of them. And I was like, maybe I should just do every single video wearing like a Bernie t-shirt. Like that would really fuck with them.
Yeah.
Because they're like, if you're not on our side of politics, then you're wrong. And I'm like, well, what if I like disguise myself as one of you? Then what are you going to say,
Right.
But so, yeah, that was kind of boredom. And that mindset made me want to dye my hair, which you can't even really tell. So it is.
Right. Yeah, they extended the shutdown here. So in Michigan. So now we have to go to like May 15th. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
That sucks. Is your wife able to go to work?
Yeah. She's whatever, an essential worker or whatnot. But the thing is now I guess now that they've extended it, they've also said like if you go into public places like stores, like you have to wear a mask now.
That was me today. I have to wear a mask to Target.
Like they made you, or you just had to?
They don't let you inside.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
I know. Even at, like, I went to FedEx the other day to mail some things out, and they said you're not allowed inside if you are not wearing a mask or gloves.
Yeah, Watchman for You says, y'all need to get that commie out of your state. I'm like, yeah, I know. No, if there's another protest, I'll probably go up to it. So I don't want any more extensions going on. So I couldn't go to this one because I was waiting for my books on that day from Print Ninja. So I had to hang around until they got delivered. But if they do another one up there, I'll probably go up there.
Well, the first, I didn't have a mask. And so I was like, what do I have on my person that I can use? And I have a face hugger stuffed animal. And so the legs of the face hugger, they're, you know, you can move them. So I use
From
that.
Alien?
Yes. And so I put that over my face and I'm just like, it's tech. And they're like, okay, this one time you can wear that and come in, but next time you have to have a real mask. And I'm like, I have this and Spider-Man. And they're like, Spider-Man doesn't count. And I'm like, it's fucking Spider-Man. I'm like, well, we have to be able to see your eyes. And I'm like, now there are rules to this. It's like, all it's like is mask. And I'm like, I have like clone trooper masks behind me. I can wear those. There's nobody getting my germs from that. But
yeah,
apparently you have to wear like the little stupid face.
Yeah, it's silly. Billy the Wombat said, don't block emergency vehicles, John. No way in hell would I do that. Look, I think that is the worst thing for protests is when I see people, it doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're blocking the roads, you're a dick. Get out of the roads. Let traffic through. People are dying, having heart attacks. They don't need that. They don't need to be stuck on a highway or even on a residential road. It's ridiculous. Can't stand that.
Now, I was living in San Francisco, and I remember when they were doing the Black Lives Matter protests, and they blocked off the bridge, like the freeway for the bridge. And I'm just like, that commute is already hell to begin with. So them going across the freaking freeway to block that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And I was in the city and I remember like the roads were just stopped because if you back that up, everything gets backed up just to do the protests. And I'm like, yes, we all know that your lives matter. We know that it's common sense. And it just, and I'm like, what about all the people that have kids that are in those cars? Like, what if people have to go to the bathroom and they're stuck in like on the traffic for hours on top of the already hours that the commute was already going to be? I'm like, block buildings so people can't get in to go to work, but don't block the roads. So
there could be like a 10-second rule. If they don't move in 10 seconds, you can run them over. Jay Sim said, stop virtue signaling, John. And Lukov said, quit preaching, John. I'm sorry. I guess we should block the road.
Be nice to my guests. It's my channel.
Terrible.
I say be nice to my guests. All right. Let me read the next super chat. John P. Oh, and this has to do with this. Did you eventually kill someone? I don't tell those things. Jeffrey Turner, aka Make It 81. Thank you for that. Nice Def Leopard shirt. But AC/DC is the best. AC/DC is the best. I have an AC/DC t-shirt. It's long sleeve, though. This is a crop top, and it's very thin material because it was $4 at Forever 21. And so I was wearing it because it's like 100 fucking degrees in my studio. And if I have the fan on, it's too loud, and people don't like that. So I am
both
wearing...
good bands. Yeah, both are good bands.
Yes. You do not like Pour Some Sugar on Me? That's a great band.
Yeah, the drummer of that band lost his arm in a car wreck and then switched to some kind of early electronic drum.
You know, you want to hear something that might be painful for you to hear? So I used to go to this music festival down here in Southern California, but I was living in San Francisco, called Coachella. And I would come because one of my roommates got tickets and she's like, oh, I'm going to the music festival. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll come too. And so we like got the tickets and then she became a psycho drug addict. And drug dealer. So I went to it by myself and I had a great time. And I was like, oh, this is fun. It's like, it was my first music festival. So I was like, oh, okay, there's a bunch of different theater stages, a bunch of different bands and stuff. And so I got to meet like a lot of cool people. Even I went to it by myself, which is the most depressing thing when you're at a music festival by like surrounded by hundreds of thousands of people and you're by yourself. But it was still a fun time. And so the next year I was like, I'm not going by myself. So I got 2 tickets. And so I brought my best friend Marcus with me. And so that was the year when I met, what's his face? The cowboy dude.
Peaches.
No.
Oh.
What's his face? Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Because I saw AC/DC and I was in the very front. I was very front because I waited all day. I was like, I don't want to see anyone else. I just want to see AC/DC. So I stood there in the hot sun all day and I got to see AC/DC and it was the greatest moment. And like Clint Eastwood walked by and I was like, oh, he's fucking tall. And then what's his face walked by?
He's tall.
The Beatle, Paul. And I was like, he's tall too. They're all tall because
Well, they're all tall to you. You're right.
To be fair, the bar was like right here at my neck and I'm like holding on to it. And I'm like, oh, these people are all tall, you know? But the AC/DC was the best concert ever. It was so worth it waiting all day in like that one spot. And then the next year I went and then it was.
To be fair, Clint Eastwood is kind of tall. He's 6'4".
He's fucking giant. I looked at him and I was like, you're an old man, but you're ginormous. So, but anyways.
Paul McCartney is only 5'11", though.
John, I'm like 4'11".
I know. I'm just saying. Putting some facts out there for everyone.
He's tall. He was very tall. And the next year, what was it? Guns N' Roses was there. And so I was like, okay, I went 3 times. It was great. But one of the times in between the second and the third time I went, I was in the car and I was driving with my sister and I was listening to music and it's actually happened twice, but it was different times. And I think it was still the same sister, but she like Leonard Skinner came on and I like turned the music up. So I'm like, oh, this is a good song. And then she's like, do you think that they're going to be there? And I was like, beware. And she's like, well, you're going to Coachella, right? And I was like, yes. And she's like, well, all of these old bands are going. And she's just like, are they going to be there? And I was like, you're asking me if Leonard Skinner is going to be at Coachella. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, And then she thought that, what was it? It was either Nirvana or like Green Day. She thought that was Van Halen. And I'm like, she's like, is this Van Halen? And I'm like, it's just painful because I'm like, we grew up in the same house. How do you not know what this music is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, but I guess that's just what a few years difference does to somebody. But it was very painful. I figured people in the chat and you might understand the pain of that moment. But yeah, I don't even know if today she knows about what happened to Leonard Skinner, but that is my sister. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Oh, hey, Tom. Hello. How are you doing? Thank you for the super chat. For the epic rant, like 5 minutes and counting. Yeah, sometimes when I go hard. John P., are you PMSing? Well, that is a very personal question to ask someone. That's also a very rude and intrusive question if you don't know the person. If you must know, I have this magical thing called birth control. So I don't get that shit anymore because that shit's painful. But yeah, birth control is a magical thing. If you don't want to have babies, thank you to the gods that invented that, or the doctors, I should say. It's great. It's great. And then you don't. Science.
Yeah.
Thank you, science. Thank you, science. People that invented condoms and birth control, they are the true saviors of the universe. They should get Nobel Peace Prizes. Let's see, where was I? But yeah, that's a very rude question. You shouldn't ask that. Titus Muller, thank you for super chat. How did you feel about your How did you feel your Mahler interview went? It went good, except I forgot to ask him 2 of the most important questions that I had on my list because I skipped a line because I lost my spot. I forgot to ask him what's his biggest pet peeve that other YouTubers do, and
now he's the EFAP guy, right?
Yes, and then the other, you've met him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on here? Was it on here?
Yes, it was on the Jack Show.
Okay.
Yeah, and you and Kelsey, because I don't think you've seen his videos, but Kelsey.
I've seen a bit of one, and I just couldn't tune into it very long.
Mm.
I don't remember which one it was, but it's just not really my bag, I guess. I don't know, or at least the one I saw wasn't really my bag. They're very long, like that's kind of like a turnoff. Like you see the runtime, you're like, do I have 5 hours? I mean, we do it ourselves, but whatever.
I think if you need some, like next time you're drawing or working on a page, maybe if you have, because I know, don't you like to have music playing?
Yeah, music, yeah. Because if I have something where I need to look up too much, it'll I'll start focusing on that more than the work.
Him, it's like he never shows his face, in which I think that's a very good thing to do for somebody, like for the work that he's doing. Mm-hmm. But so he has like visuals from it, but it's one of those things, like I rarely ever look at his videos. I usually have him playing, unless he's very descriptive, like in his solo video, he's just like, look how this person dies and how these droids are on this side of this pole and she's hiding behind the pole and these are droids that can literally fly, and instead of going around this pole to shoot her, they just stay in this one spot. And it's like,
is that what mostly pointing out errors, or
he does unbridled rages and unbridled praises. So he'll do like to Marvel or Star Wars usually, and he'll say, this is like everything as to why this movie is fucking terrible, or this is like why this movie is so fucking good. So
yeah, I don't know. I'll have to give him another shot or something.
I think the two that I maybe did you like Predator, the newest one, or no?
I don't think I've liked any Predator. Well, Predator 2 is actually decent.
Well, I'm talking about the newest.
Yeah, all the new stuff. I'm not really big on that. I hate CGI.
That one's really funny. So if you watch that one, I think you'll find it funny. If I would recommend for the first one, starting off, to either watch his Captain Marvel, his solo, or his Predator one. The Predator one's the funniest one.
Do I need to watch Captain Marvel in order to laugh at his takedown?
No. So what he does is he breaks it down every single scene, and he's like, this is why this is fucking stupid. This is why this is fucking stupid. This is like, who the fuck wrote this? Like, this, how moronic do you have to be?
Yeah.
But he shows the visuals from the movie. So it's like, if you're like drawing and he's just like, oh yeah, this scene where she does this and then this person does this face, and instead of questioning her, they let her go. You can look up and you can see that image.
Yeah, he just dissects everything.
Exactly. But he does it in a very humorous way, to where he's just like, who the fuck wrote this? He's like, this is the sentence from the actual movie. And he's like, who the fuck wrote this?
So the unbridled rage, that's a little bit different than the EFAP. Is that right?
Yes. So EFAP is kind of how we have the Jack show. He has the show called EFAP.
Those are the 5-6 hour long ones.
Well, his videos get to like 2 hours, but so the EFAP is actually more like 12 hours. But so what he does in EFAP is he has guests on, and so they go and they look at like bad YouTuber videos that are usually like higher ranking YouTubers, and then they break down how their videos are just shit. Like if I were to review a movie and my video is just absolutely terrible, but I'm saying it with such authority. And so, but then the things that I'm saying, like the points that I'm making, make no sense. Like there's one the movie Bob, the one that we did the food challenge for, he's just like, oh yeah, this in the Joker's taking 7 different prescriptions. He would die from taking that much medication. It's like, what? Like, people take that much medication like that. That's a kind of a normal thing sometimes. But and then so there'll be people that hate him, and then they do videos about him, and so they'll watch the videos and they'll kind of laugh about how stupid it'd be like sometimes like on Ethan's show, they'll watch like Mike's videos, or they'll watch Preston, or like Comic Book Hut, and you'll like just laugh at how stupid they are. That's kind of what EFAP is, but more intense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you speak well of him a lot, and seemed like a decent enough dude when he was on here. Yeah. Check it out.
I don't know if you heard the beginning of this. So I took Tulip for a walk because it's so hot here during the day, and you know how Pekingese, they get really fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
And so she can't go out for walks during the day because she'll just go like this and lay down on the cement because she gets so hot. And so I don't want her to overheat or anything, because the only vets that are really open are like the emergency vets, and it's like the second you walk in the door, you owe them $200. So I don't want to give her a heat stroke, so I only take her on walks at night. And so since it's Friday, I'm walking down every street, and every house is like having a house party, and I'm like, aw. Because I've lived down here for years now, and I'm like, I don't know anyone really in real life, because I'm so like in my house. And so Peaches is gone for like the next week because he's got his daughter, so they're doing stuff, and I'm like, well, I gotta stay here because I gotta work and paint stuff and do the channel stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll do a live stream, because then it's like it's my party.
Yeah,
so that's why I was.
This is your house party right now.
This is my house party. We got 600 people and you.
Nice. So what kind of partying are they doing under quarantine? Is it, I mean, are they actually having guests come over, or is it just people are getting down?
No, it sounded like there was like, you know, when you have like a house party and everyone's partying, having barbecues in the backyard. Like, I was like, is it 4th of July or something? That's what it sounds like. So like nobody is following quarantine down here. Everyone is just like done with it.
Yeah.
It's a very heavily populated place, and there's no cases. Like, everyone's just over it. And if we didn't have to wear masks inside stores, nobody would be, wearing masks or wearing gloves. Yeah. But now down here, everywhere, it's like you have to have a mask, you have to have gloves, and I'm like, ugh, stupid. Anyways, let me read the rest of these super chats. Morton Zerk, thank you for super chat. You missed my first super chat. I am sorry. Let me scroll down. I read the one about your roomie. I think that's the only one you've sent me, unless you got worried that I hadn't read it yet. But I'm looking through. I think I read it. I think I read all of the super chats. Yeah, you said something about your roommate and how she shared my video and somebody blocked her, and so she wants to start a YouTube channel, which I think is a great idea. Freedom of speech, take advantage of it while we still have it. I'm very for that. I'm very much for that. Yeah. Now I lost my spot on these. Snarchicon DM. Hey, dude, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. You know what grows your channel, John? A new mail-in after midnight. Damn it! In all caps. I know. How long has it been?
I know. Well, I just try to be kind of careful on like the subjects. I mean, there's been things that have been going on over the last week or so where it's totally worthy of that, but for Comicsgate, it's not great. So I'm trying to douse flames right now. If I find something that's a little bit more removed, I'm happy to do that. But like, I have to actually have like an opinion on something and, a point of view and that's kind of the point of mailing after midnight.
You didn't do one to like how you and Cecil are simps?
No. I'm not like, that's minor. I mean, I could do something like that, but that's not really pointful. Like mailing after midnight, those are a little bit more like there's some kind of conversation going on, and I'm trying to put an end to it, so.
Well, I still think that's hilarious.
Yeah, but like even like how I'm editing your 25,000, that thing, like that can't be mailing after midnight because that's just all good humor, fun. It's not the same thing.
If you get clips from that, send them in the group chat so that way we can add them, because I didn't realize I had this clip. I'm gonna play it real fast, so don't.
Dude, I'm trying to talk to the lady. Be quiet. You're amazing. You love like hairy guys. What's up with that?
Yeah. You had Cecil put that in the private Jack show. I clicked on that. And I started kind of bouncing around on there. I was like, yeah, there's some good stuff on there. I could probably sift something out of there. But that looked very choppy. Oh, because it was very small, right? It's a small window and you blew it up. Okay. Yeah.
No, I didn't do that one. I think Cecil made those clips. Cecil, I think it was you and Cecil and Kelsey maybe that sent me all those clips, because all the I I do the very minimal editing that I can possibly do because I don't like video editing.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the clips of Kelsey and all the clips that I have, either Kelsey made them or Cecil made them or you made them.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If I get a couple, what I forgot what they have to be. They have to be like 10 seconds, I think.
No, they have to be under 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, under 30 seconds. That's right. Yeah, if I find anything worthy, I'll cut it and I'll be sure everyone has access to it. Because these things are like that. Those jokes, those are like that. Those are like hour-long jokes. I mean, we kept coming back to like the same material. I don't know if we have like a 1 30-second bit, but if I find one, I'll clip it.
I don't know. The one where Cecil to Ethan is just like, oh yeah, like with the
you're a pig or something like that.
No, you're the exhibit at SeaWorld. I was like, oh my god, it was like the meanest stream to Ethan, but it was so funny. And I was happy because I'm like, rarely the funny ones are on my channel. So I was like, yes, I got a funny stream on my channel.
Yeah, I think that was probably the funniest one since Anna Meets Kelsey. Like, and nobody was like completely shit-faced or anything like that. Maybe Cecil was, but it's like it went really smooth.
I think I like almost dozed off a couple of times because of how drunk I was.
Yeah.
Let me read this. Not fun. Nefarious technology. Thank you, Superjet. Water polo. Haha, badass. I played for 4 years. Such an underappreciated sport. The fun and things that gin looks like it's tasting better. Well, yeah, the more you drink, the better it tastes. But yes, I played water polo because I'm a small person, but I have gorilla arms, which makes me swim incredibly fast, especially since I have webbed toes. Well,
partially webbed toes.
Partially. They were webbed all the way on my not the big toe, not the fat big toe, but the one next to it, and then the one next to that were webbed together. And my mom had them slice it when I was a baby. And you can still see like the line from where they sliced it. I think that was like the first like a Jack show or prior Jack show. I think that was the first time I met you and Cecil when I told you about that. And I sent you guys the pictures. But yeah. But so
the first couple of shows, man, it was like everyone was like finding out some new weird thing about
I swear you and Cecil have to have weird shit about you guys. You guys just don't say it.
Pretty normal.
There's weird shit about everyone has weird shit. Like everyone has a secret talent. Everyone has something weird about them.
I can draw, but people know that. That's my secret talent.
You probably have something weird about you. You just haven't said it yet. Like everyone has like a secret talent that nobody knows about except for you, No,
I spent all my time learning how to draw. like I don't do card tricks. I'm not very good at telling like jokes, and no, I don't really have it much.
I'm sure you have something you just like you don't.
I like to frisbee golf, but that's not like a hidden talent, and I'm not very good at it. Every sport I've ever played, I'm not very good at it. That's my hidden talent, sucking at sports.
I'm good at water polo and basketball. And dodgeball. I'm fucking great at dodgeball.
Oh yeah, well,
I'll fuck people up at dodgeball. Alex Slusher, thank you for super chat. Anna, love the Avatar. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I heard you are an Avatar fan. I am. Hey, you want to see something cool? Wow. Talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about that. Except
that's okay. The person that sent the super chat will understand immediately what the meaning.
The kid has an arrow on his head. I got that.
That's Aang. He's an airbender. So I had to go all the way to Germany to get this action figure because I found it at so in Germany, everything is closed on Sundays. Like every single store is closed. That's actually a European thing. Everything is closed on Sundays. So they have all of these little flea markets, like on every like main street in the town. Or I shouldn't say main street, but like in like parks or next to like train stations, they have these flea markets. And so there's this one booth that had all the toys, and I was like, that's instantly where I go to. And so I got this Avatar Roku, and then I got a Lara Croft action figure. And what I'll do is I'll look at all the toys, and then I'll look on eBay and see if they're available on eBay. And if they're not, then I buy them in person. And so this was not available, and neither was the Lara Croft one. And I think the Lara Croft one was, but it was like $200. So I was like, ooh, it's only this many euros. I will buy it, But yes, I like Avatar: The Last Airbender. John, do you by any chance know what your zodiac sign is or what month you were born?
Wait, is that like Cancer?
Oh, you a Cancer?
Yeah, I'm Cancer, yeah.
So you are a waterbender.
Oh, there we go.
Like me.
So if I'm peeing in a toilet, I can bend the stream.
Yes, and if it's a full moon, you can bend somebody's blood so you can manipulate them like a puppet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Mortal V said my secret talent is pooping without peeing. And that's not true, because when I was younger, I had to take a drug test for a job working with my dad, actually building bridges. And I had to take a dump like really, really bad. And my dad's like, oh, you can't do that. You won't be able to pee. And I'm like, whatever, Dad. And I went to the bathroom, and he's right. When you have to take a dump and you have to pee, like you can't do just the dump and not pee. It's impossible. Maybe it's a dude thing. It's impossible. So then we went to the place where I had to go pee for the drug test and stuff, and I couldn't go. I just sat there drinking water, and no, so definitely not a talent of mine.
It's okay. Trace XL, Aquarius is not water. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Aquarius is an air sign. Fun fact.
Jason said that's because you're weak, John. I don't know, maybe.
Allegory 313, thank you for 2 super chats in a row, and one says O and the other one says K. So okay, well, thank you for 2 super chats. Oh my god, holy shit. The O was a $50 super chat, and then the K was a $20. I hope that was an accident, but thank you for the 70 combined dollars. I appreciate that. Since you only sent 2 letters, that is very, very kind of you. But I think if that was an accident, get in contact with YouTube, because I don't want you getting ripped off. Snarticon DM, thank you for the super chat. Search Daily Show Leroy Jenkins on YouTube. There's a good clip. Search Daily Show Leroy Jenkins on YouTube. There's a good clip. I will let John do that while I read more.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
Robert Flores, thank you for super chat. I collect Dolly Prince, your favorite artist. So I actually have said this before, especially when I got into that Twitter war with those crazy Raylos. So I like Salvador Dali. I think his art is disturbing. And when I posted that one girl's art, I said, and I even included her fucking name because people lost their shit about that. Like, you're stealing artwork. I'm like, her name is on there. I never claimed it as mine. But I'm like, there's artwork that I can appreciate, but I think it's disturbing. Salvador Dali, I think it's disturbing. I like Rembrandt, Monet, and John Singer Sargent. Those are my favorite. Those are my top 3. John, what about you?
What, like artists?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd guess I'd have to sit and think about it.
I think I'm kind of biased because I've seen all of those in person, and so like when
in general, more Renaissance people, people that were actually doing like very lifelike, really great lighting, stuff like that, more than like something like Picasso or Pollock.
I don't like Picasso.
Yeah. All right. Leroy Jenkins.
For his simplicity and his colors, and then I like John Singer Sargent because it looks like a realistic painting, and you look up and it's like 3 strokes, and it's like, how the fuck did you do that? What is this?
This, I guess, is what we wanted to see. See, I can't get any volume control.
That's weird.
Hold on, let me stop and restart again.
That cricket is driving me crazy.
Yeah, people were saying earlier they didn't hear it and they thought you killed it.
No, there's a cricket inside my fucking house, like in my bedroom, and I'm like, I'm going to murder it. And I told Peaches, I was like, you're not allowed to sleep until this thing fucking dies. And he's like, but I'm tired. And I'm like, I'm fucking tired too. And he's like, you're more awake than I am. And I'm like, I don't care. I can't find it. You got to find it. You can see in the dark better than I can. And he's like, no, you probably can. And I was like, no, you got 20/20 vision. I don't. I'm blind. You have to kill the cricket. Okay, play it.
By picking up another whole block of seats.
Wow, Mitt Romney is very popular with those artificially rendered computer people. I think we may have found his base. Actually, we kid around. Any virtual environment does have its unpredictable dangers. You never know what you might encounter there.
At that point, all bets are
I don't get it.
I don't know. That must have just been when it was hot.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's all right.
Let me read the next one. Matt G, thank you for the super chat. And it's a little unicorn stickers. Thank you. I like unicorns. I am a girl. I do like unicorns. Riot Press Productions, thank you for the super chat. At Jon Malin, Johnny Phantasm this Sunday to go CG.
Yeah, your man. I think I'm going on his channel. I think around 1 o'clock or noon or something like that. Patrick Thomas Parnell.
Who's that?
The guy, Johnny Phantasm guy with the tattoos and whatnot. He said to say hello.
Oh, tattoo guy.
Yeah, but he also mentioned he was happily married and his wife is hot.
Yes, I saw it. He tagged us. Oh, I rarely see tag things. Yeah, no. I was just saying in that one live stream, I'm like, this is the guy that you guys need to have like in the face of comics gay. Like, he's a good looking dude. But yeah, no, he's married. I got Peaches. Like, I'm not trying to be a creeper. I'm just saying, like, you're an attractive human. Like, I just you know. No, dude, I'm not trying to creep on you. I got Peaches. I live with Peaches. Lived with Peaches for like 4 fucking years. Got my peach, you know. I've been trying to get him to get tattoos, but he won't do it. And I'm just like, babe, come on. I got tattoos. Like, get tattoos, please.
Right.
I don't know. I just like it. Let's see. Caesar Jorpit, thank you for super chat. Waiting for John to drop more obscure stuff like pole position, spy hunter, Jace, and wheeled warriors, cops, etc.
Yeah, I loved Cops. Jason the Wheel Warriors was pretty cool. It was like vehicles that were like part plant, like vegetation. What were the other ones? Sorry.
Pole position, Spy Hunter, Jace, and Wheeled Warriors.
Yeah, Spy Hunter. Yeah, that was cool. That was a video game, I believe. And it was like a top-down view and didn't play very well, like Atari. Old school, very old school.
It's rude.
Oh,
Tattoos, why? Because tattoos shows that men are strong because they have high pain tolerance and they're able to commit to something.
What tattoos mean to me is that the person is bored. Every tattoo is a moment of boredom in their life, and they're like, I got nothing to do. I'm gonna go get ink.
That's just you because you got a bad tattoo of the crow.
Yeah. Oh. Prove me wrong. I was bored when I got a tattoo. I'm like, I'm bored. Maybe I should do some damage to my skin.
When I had a tattoo, I wasn't bored. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And then I got it and I was like, ah!
Yeah. And tattoos aren't pain. I don't like.
Okay, for you, that's another thing. See, that goes to my point. When men have tattoos, that means they're strong. A pussy doesn't get tattoos. A man gets tattoos. And then yes, even though I was technically in a shit ton of pain and screaming the entire time, I got one. And even everyone that was in the tattoo parlor that was there, and they're like, oh my God, will this girl shut the fuck up? They were like, yeah, you did it. And I'm just like, yes, now when I'm on a beach, people will know I'm a grown up, even though I'm in a Star Wars bathing suit.
Yeah. Someone in chat said, Tattoo should have. Oh yeah, the Wanderer said, John. Yeah, that's just you. Tattoo should have meaning behind them. I don't know how much meaning is behind like Donald Duck. You know, I mean, people get a lot of stupid tattoos. Anna's got freaking like spiders on her ribs.
Okay. I have my zodiac sign, which is like I have my zodiac sign, but yeah, I know it looks like shit, but it was supposed to be.
It looked like a cheetah.
So it's supposed to be. I like stars and I like outer space and stuff, and I like zodiac signs. I think that stuff's interesting. I'm Scorpio. I did not want to get a fucking scorpion tattooed on me because that's like gang affiliated, and I didn't want to do any of that. So I was like, oh, I'll just get my zodiac sign in a constellation tattooed on myself. Mm-hmm. And then the artist that did it took creative liberties. I showed him the type of stars that I wanted, and like I'll do it with a pin. So I was like, I want these, like, you know when you see Peter Pan and it's like second star to the right straight on to morning, and it's like there's this like these cute terrible, but like these cute little stars, and they have like a specific name to them, and he gave me fucking little spiders. That does not look very but even that, I was like,
well, that's because a star, when it's black, it doesn't really come across as a star. Like, you need the surrounding area to be black, so the star is white.
Yeah, I wasn't about to do that. But then my idea was like, ooh, I'll get my entire back like a constellation, and I'll get like these quotes next to it and all of that. And it hurts a lot. And I haven't done that. But I wanted to get the David Bowie quote from Labyrinth where he says, I move the stars for no one. And I'm like, and I wanted to get that right under that. And then since my sister passed, I wanted to get her constellation. And I told my other sister, I'm never fucking getting your constellation because that's a lot of fucking stars and that's going to hurt. It's like, she's a Capricorn and they have like the most stars. And I'm like, ugh. But yeah, so that was my plan, to get all of the constellations of zodiac signs around my back and then have a big old Darth Vader in the middle. But my pain tolerance, I learned, is not, well, I knew it wasn't high, but it was David Beckham has tattoos. Yes, and I missed that. Yes.
Pain is getting your hand slammed in a door or hitting it with a hammer. That's pain.
I've done that, but see, David Beckham has like his kids' names, his wife's name. I'm just like that. That's another thing. I haven't said that, which Cecil will probably roast me alive for. But it's like, if somebody wants to marry me, they'll get my name tattooed on them. And my name is easy because it's the same backwards and forwards. So it's like, you know, I'm just saying, that's commitment. That's commitment.
Yeah. Like I think here would be a cool tattoo. If like families all have like a family crest or family seal or something like that to, you know, really signify your lineage, you know, that would be cool, I think.
This is mean. That's so mean.
Well, that's just what Moral V does. He's just like Jabba. He always says stuff like that. Yeah.
Usually he's nicer on my channel when it's me.
Oh. Not to me.
Nephris Technology. Thank you for that. It says refresh your Indiegogo. Okay, let me refresh it. Oh my goodness, it's at $26,000 and $26,093 and 413 backers. Thank you so much, everyone. That's crazy.
How much time's left on that?
15 days.
Wow. I know. You're doing great.
So I sent it in. I haven't heard back, but I think it's because it's like technically the weekend. But I submitted my little card. So if we get to 30,000, everyone's getting a trading card of Vampirella, and she's got a little bat on her shoulder. And then if we get to 40,000, it'll be signed for everyone. But yeah. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. That's crazy. John P, thank you for speaking back. Can you discuss something that's not racist?
Hold on.
Well, we've been discussing non-racist stuff.
Hold on. Slavery? Can we talk? Yeah. Nuking Japan. Can we talk about that? I support that. Annual nuking of Japan. Just to remind everybody what's up.
Someone's gonna clip that.
Someone's gonna say, "Oh, it's not a nuke, dude. It's not." I don't care. You know what I mean?
I dated this guy in college, and he was American. He was from Minnesota, but he grew up in Japan because his parents were English teachers. And I asked, like, the first time I met him, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Tokyo." And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Mean Girls, but one of the famous lines in Mean Girls is when the girl, she says, "Oh yeah, I'm from Africa," and then the line that the dumb blonde girl says, she's like, "If you're from Africa, why are you white?" And then, like, you can't just ask people why they're white, Karen. And so the first thing that I said to him was, I was like, "Please don't take this offensive, but I have to ask you, if you're from Japan, why are you white?" And I guess, like, that ate him alive inside, but I guess he hated being asked that. But I was like, that's a very logical question. If you are from Japan, you're from Tokyo, why the fuck are you white, and not Japanese? But so then he, like, explained to me all, like, well, this is what you can say about Japanese people, and this is what you can't say. And he told me how him and his choir went to Pearl Harbor to do some singing thing, and all of these, like, World War II vets were there, and it's like all of these Japanese exchange students. And I was like, oh. And he's like, yeah, but I totally take Japan's side over America's. And I was like, they snuck attack and, like, bombed people when they were sleeping. How more cowardly can you get to bomb people while they were fucking sleeping at 6 a.m.? But then he's like, if you go to Hiroshima and you see, like, the shadows, and I was like, well, yeah, that's fucked up. But I mean, America wasn't even involved in the war until Japan bombed them. So I'm like,
that's payback.
What is it? It was a very bizarre thing to hear from, like,
that's like some stranger coming up and, like, poking you in the back, and then you turn around and deck them in the face, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't do anything to deserve that." No, you poked me in the back. Yeah, they deserved everything they got.
I know.
Saved a lot of lives doing that too, by the way.
Yeah, because then they totally bluffed, and, like, we got another.
They gave up.
They were like, we got another one. They're, like, totally lying. They're like, we got a fucking another one. If you don't sign this treaty, you don't give up, we're gonna bomb you again. And they're just like, we can't do that. Sign. And it's like, they lied. They totally lied. It was poker. Let's see. Cool's game. Thank you for Superjet. Can the two of you say, and Marcus was like, "Pa," while whispering, "It's a stupid meme"?
Mm-hmm. And Marcus was like, "Pa"?
Yeah, but whisper it.
And Marcus was like, "Pa."
And Marcus was like, "Pa."
There you go.
I don't know what that means, so.
Glad I did it off camera, though, because I feel like there's going to be, like, something on the video that's going to, make it a little weird.
It might. The John Beck, thank you, Super Chat, from California. Wish you good luck with the crazy gov. Ugh, some officials are getting high on power here too, but I think you have it worse. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
I saw that one guy that's from New Jersey that likes to lift weights, like Frank something, on Twitter, and how he's just yelling, and because he's like, the gyms are closed. The gyms are closed. Like, he's like, how about this? Wyoming is the least populated state. Send all the pussies that are afraid of getting infected to Wyoming and open all the fucking gyms back up so we can lift. And I was like, oh.
Wait, can you find that?
Yeah.
That sounds funny.
Fuck, what is his name? Everyone in the chat, can you tell me what the fuck this guy's name is?
Frank. Someone in chat. I'm watching chat.
He's like some dude that lifts.
You don't even lift, bro.
No, he's hardcore lifting. I want to get him on the Jack Show. I think that would be great on the Jack Show. Oh, God, I follow too many people.
Frank the Tank, someone said.
Yes, him.
Another one said Frank Fat Hands.
Is that him?
No, they're probably just making stuff up. No, not very helpful night.
Maybe it's like Robert Frank. I don't know, but
Robert Frank, someone said.
Yes, Robert Frank. I thought of it. Okay, so let me find it. John, you have to warn me if I'm like doxing myself or anything because I'm not aware. It was from earlier today. Okay, this. I made for you, Governor Murphy, was. Can you hear this?
Barely.
Okay, I have to hold up my microphone to my speakers then. So
wait, can you try turning his volume up first?
It is, but the way that my thing works when I'm the one that's streaming, it doesn't pick up my desktop audio. It only picks up my audio.
Oh, okay.
But I have to hold up my microphone to this, so here we go. He gets loud because he screams.
The last video that I made for you, Governor Murphy, was mysteriously pulled off my Twitter page, so I'm going to take a more civilized approach. And this is not just for you. This is for any other governor in the 50 states that's listening, because I have a great plan. I can't prove this, Governor Murphy, but I got a strong feeling that in 2 weeks, you are going to extend this lockdown for another 2 to 4 weeks. And before you do something really stupid like that, Governor Murphy, why don't you hear me out? I'm not a smart guy, but I done my research. The state of Wyoming is the 10th largest state in the United States, and it's the least populated state in the United States. Why don't we take all the weak people, all the sick people, all the scared people, all the non-alpha males and females from New Jersey and any other state and move them to Wyoming? This way, they can all be together and be scared and petrified and shaking in their boots, and they can all be sick together. New York is building hospitals at a 3-day clip. The housing can be done. We can find housing for these people, and all the strong people, all the alpha people in Wyoming, come to Jersey. You can sleep on my fucking couch. We need to get back to making gas, running trains, and leaving stains like we used to. We need to go back to having the guns hug the sleeves of our medium-deep V-neck tees like they used to. We need to have the baddest gringos all over our pingas screaming, "Hi, papi, and don't stop me," all night long as soon as possible. Make me happy, Murphy.
Oh my god, that was great.
Dude, he's awesome. You need to follow him. He even posted, he's just like, "Oh yeah, you know, you might think I suck, but at least I don't like The Last Jedi."
Yeah.
No, he's so funny. So he's like a big gym nut, and so he likes to go and he likes to go work out and whatnot. But I want to get him on the Jack Show because he's got a YouTube channel. But he did this video where he's freaking the fuck out. He's like, "The fucking gyms are closed," and he's just like, "America," he's like, "We're supposed to be healthy because we're infected with this fucking plague," and he's like, "What are the gyms for? It's to get you fucking healthy, and you close them." And then he did this one video where he's losing his shit, and he's just like, 10 fucking treadmills, 10. He's like, "I go to the one at the very corner. Why the fuck does this weirdo come and stand on the treadmill right fucking next to me when there's 9 empty ones?" And I'm like, I feel your pain, bro. I feel it. But he would be great on the Jack Show. Everyone, I know I usually don't do this, but everyone in the chat, the 579 people that are watching, if you guys are on Twitter, every time he posts something, can we please bug him until he comes on the Jack Show?
Yeah, let's get him on.
Like, just say, "Hey, come on the Jack Show."
Politely bug.
As politely as possible. Like, just say, "Hey, please come on the Jack Show." And we need him on. I would love to have him on the Jack Show. I don't know what his channel size is, but I follow him on Twitter and on Instagram. He's fucking hilarious. Why does he not have a link? He has a link to his store, but not his. Oh, yeah. I found him because, I think I knew who he was before. But do you remember that video that went viral where it was this little, 5-year-old girl that was at, a pizza parlor for her birthday, and a transvestite gave her a striptease?
Oh, I don't know the context, but I do remember seeing something about some kind of transvestite stripper, messing with a little kid. It's weird, yeah.
Well, he did a video yelling about it, and I was like, I feel you on that. I wouldn't because kids don't know what that is. They don't know what stripping is or striptease.
Yeah.
So doing that to a child, it's that's weird. That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's suggestive on the part of the stripper. I mean, it's sexualized, and that kid doesn't have a fucking clue.
Oh yeah, I mean, so one of my great uncle, so my grandmother's brother, like I always knew like he was gay because it's like him and his best friend lived together, and I always liked their house because they had a pool. You know, but I mean, it's like a kid. It's like but it's like you don't know because you don't know about the birds and the bees yet. But it's like, oh yeah, that's your best friend, sure.
Yeah. Don't put that stuff on little kids' creeps.
Well, don't go stripping in front of them. You know, that's just weird. Let's see. Yimmy wrong about the quality. Thank you, Mr. Jai. Hey Anna, I caught you live on acid right now. Oh wait, no. Hey Anna, I caught you live. I'm on acid right now. Oh well, shit. I hope you're okay. That was.
Oh, he's fine.
I have never done acid. I actually got some because me and my best friend Sab, so there was this artist that I don't know if you ever saw this, John, but this one artist, he decided to do a self-portrait of himself, but he decided to do it on every single drug. So because I think he was dying anyway, so he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna die, like I'm gonna do this. And so he drew him like a self-portrait of himself when he was completely sober. He did it like, this is the alcohol, like in every single alcohol, like he got hammered on that, and he's like, this is what it looks like when I do this alcohol. And then he upgraded and he did it on like, this is what his portrait looks like when he's on acid. This is what it's on shrooms, on heroin, on meth, on crack, on like every single drug. And there's a website you can go look this up where he draws himself, like his self-portrait on every single drug. And me and my best friend, we were always told like, oh, you're either going to have a really good trip or you're going to have that one bad trip that like shit changes. But we were, it's like one of those things as an artist. Well, it's like, well, we kind of want to try acid and just see like how artistically it opens your mind and, your abilities. And so I got some so we could do it. And I was living with my boyfriend at the time, and then we had a terrible, terrible breakup. And when I was moving out, I forgot it because it was in the fridge. And I remember he texted me and he's like, I'm not giving you your acid back. I'm about to do it with my friend. And I was like, well, and then I texted back. I was like, well, I would say, I hope you have a horrible trip, but I wouldn't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, did you find it?
Yep. Well, let me.
That's the website where he does it on every single drug.
All right. So let me get up to the top here. Artist drew self-portraits on 50 different drugs. Crystal meth, huffing gas, shrooms. Acid. That would look pretty badass on acid.
Yeah.
Because all these, everything would be moving. Everything kind of waves a little bit when you're acid. Like that's like the standard kind of hallucination of what's going on. Ritalin. Okay. Marijuana. I guess.
What was that?
1 glass of Pruno. That Pruno, I believe, is prison alcohol.
No, is it above or is it below?
What do you mean?
So the drug, is that one for the one that's above it, or the picture is below it?
I believe it's above. Yeah. So acid, Ritalin, marijuana, Pruno, Resperdal.
It's weird because you go through and it's like, I've never even heard of these.
Yeah.
Marijuana. Morphine.
See, this is all different because like when I draw and I'm high, you get what you see, which is comic book art. Usually more detailed
artist than he is. I think he was like a fine artist, but like let's just say to begin with, he wasn't the best.
Yeah.
That one.
Well, he's not. I mean, he's definitely not bad, but
he's not bad, but he's not like, Oh. It's a very, very strange progression as you see it. I actually liked his when he did like all the different alcohols. And he's like, this is how drunk I was when I had this alcohol. And I drew myself like this.
Yeah. It's all interesting stuff. But I feel like the guy would have drawn like this either way. I don't know. This looks like that, and this is pretty out there. Crystal meth. One bump of crystal meth. But, you know, it's almost like you'd have to see it, you know, you'd have to do that with like a lot of different artists and see if at any point, like, they kind of match up a little bit style-wise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because otherwise the guy could just be, you know, it could all just be fuckery anyways.
Well, you can really tell when somebody is on acid, like, especially like when you listen to music and it's like, oh yeah, you were on something when you wrote that. Like, especially with the Beatles, it's like, yes, you were on acid when you wrote that. But I remember it was one of the first times I got really, really stoned with my friends because I had only had, I guess, bad weed or not as much, but then I had an edible and I was with my friends and they were playing Diablo and they were playing it on the TV. And I sat there and I was just like, I was so stoned and I'm just like, we had music playing and I was like, I can see like the visuals of the beat of the music. And so I started drawing it and I was telling my friend, I was like, oh yeah, there's this great drawing that I did last night because I was so stoned. And then I opened the page of my sketchbook and it was just all a bunch of dots. And I was like,
yeah.
I had started off by trying to draw my friend that was playing like the game. So he's like sitting there playing with like the controller. And so I guess I tried to do a self-portrait and then my sketch went from a self-portrait to just a bunch of dots on the page. And I'm like, oh, I was really high. But yeah. I don't function very well when I'm high. I have to like sit in a spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with weed, I function pretty fine. But I'm not trying to get like blown out. I'm not trying to be like, you know, oh my God, I gotta smoke like this whole bowl. No, that's not me. Like one or two puffs, you know, ride that out, do my work, draw, you know, and I really love my work when I'm doing it as well. You know, doing the little extra details and all the little fun things, you know, those are a lot more important to me while I'm smoking. So, no, I enjoy it once in a while. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just go off and I'll be like, what the fuck did I do here? But it wouldn't be like it just turned into dots and I didn't know what I was doing. It'd be like this arm just went all out of whack because I got too focused on something else while I was doing it, you know? So
I think it's like, I'm a very small human, so it doesn't take that much to get me like, And so I think I just like had too much because it was like so I get that where it's like when you eat, like especially when it's an edible, because I can't smoke anything because it gets stuck in the tube and then it doesn't get me high at all. But so I have to take edibles, but then it's like I eat it and I'm like, oh, this tastes good, but at the same time like I don't feel high, so then I eat more and then I eat more and then all of a sudden it hits me at once and I'm like,
yeah, I did that once and it was in the middle of the night. I woke up, the TV was on, and when I blinked, I could still see the TV. I mean, it was like full blown acid trip, and it was just weed brownies. It was the oddest thing. I was like, oh my God, just go back to sleep.
Yeah, I always have to tell myself like if it gets to a point, because I haven't done any of that, and actually like, fuck, it's been like 4 years. I think it's been
never too late to start back up with weed. When I was younger, I couldn't really draw with weed. Like it wasn't a tool. It was just kind of get high, watch cartoons, and you know stuff like that. It was only later on that I realized, oh, I actually am pretty good at drawing stone. But you kind of got to work into it a little bit. I think what it is when I was younger, it was like I was drawing, but I wasn't really understanding what I was drawing. It's like you're trying to do like, for comic book artists, it's like you're kind of trying to do the Jim Lee thing. And all you know about is that at the end, it should look like Jim Lee, but you don't really know how you're getting there. So when you get high without that roadmap, it's just garbage. But if you're smoking, what I would suggest as a tool is, learn your basics while you're high, go through, just do rough sketches, do a bunch of rough sketches until you start feeling comfortable what you're doing. Don't try to draw a full drawing right away. and just kind of work your way into it. You'll love it.
I think I was crossfaded. Let me. Where is it? I had it. Oh, actually, I think it's right here. Because we were just redoing the electrical for this room because it was so fucked up. But let me see. Or it's not right here. Maybe it's on the other side of the room. But I did this drawing, and I think I was pretty crossfaded when I did it. But I started out by like just drawing shapes, and then I would tell my friends, because none of my friends were aside from Sab, were the same major as me. So they was like, "Oh, do this and show us how to draw that." And so I was drinking wine, and then I think I had like a couple brownies, and then it just turned into this thing. But I was trying to do like an H.R. Giger type of style. So it's like, it's weird. I like doing weird things. But yeah, if you try to do an entire masterpiece when you're stoned, I would not recommend that either.
You need practice.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
To this, yes, I did try that, and it was great. I will not say when I did this, but there might be video recording of a tiny hobbit human, which might possibly be me, in San Francisco on the Embarcadero, which is the strip of land that goes around the peninsula. There's all of these art sculptures, and there's a giant bow and arrow. A tiny hobbit person might have been on the news for possibly climbing the bow and arrow, which is unclimbable. And that hobbit person, which might or might not be have been me, did that because they were on that thing. And it made, like, if you ever watched the movie Limitless, that's how I described my experience on Bali. Like, I'm not even kidding, John. I was like, I can do fucking anything right now. I can.
Yeah, the secrets of the universe.
It was. And that was my experience on that. And I've only done it once, and I will never do it again. But because that was the best experience ever. But if you want to find that, it might or might not be me with a very bad haircut, I might add. So maybe not look that up. But just in case, yes, I have. Have you?
I've never been much for drug experimentation. So I've done weed. I've done acid a handful of times. Beyond that, I mean, I did like whippets for a minute when I was younger.
What's that?
That's like the little compressed air things for like Cool Whip. So you take them, you put them in this thing called the cracker. It opens it up. It fills up a balloon. The balloon gets all frosty. You exhale, you breathe it in. Basically, you go to raves with this shit. So, and the high lasts only for like about 20 seconds, but it's really great. And it's like when the music is bumping, like it's like moves right through you type stuff. So it's an interesting experience, but it's completely bad for you. So.
Oh my gosh, Captain Chokeout is fucking crazy. Have you ever talked to Captain Chokeout? I think Cecil brought him on the Jack show. He's fucking insane. This dude has lived like the craziest life. But like, you know how Cecil just has all these crazy stories that none of us believe are actually real? Well, Captain Chokeout and Cecil, when they start talking, it's like, oh, did you go to this place and like this party on this island? And it's like, yeah, how many days were you there? And like, what hotel were you at? And they're like, bah. And it's like, Cecil's not kidding. He's getting his facts straight. And Captain Chokeout's like, it's checking it out. It's like, oh.
Wow. Oh, just to correct the record, people are saying I go to raves. No, I've never been to a rave, never once. But that's what they're using when they go to raves.
I have been to 2, and I did not like either of them.
Yeah, the raves are hot, man. For a minute, in about, I don't know, what was it, 90, 96, 97, right around there, man. Like everyone's going out to Detroit and partying in like these abandoned warehouses and. What's that?
I was little when that was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a hot thing for a minute, but like partying in an abandoned warehouse to me, even then I was like, that doesn't sound like fun. Like I don't want to get fucking tetanus shit, you know? So
I got stabbed in the stomach when I went to my first one. Like somebody's like stabbed. Well, so it was creepy because my friend was like, "Oh, let's go to this party," and I was like, "What kind of party is she?" She's like, "Oh, it's like a barn party," and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's like a barn party." So it's like, okay, there's like what 20 people and like there's music and like we can drink, cool. And it was actually a rave, and there was like 4 girls there, and there was like just basically sausage fest, and then she left me the second we got there to go find the guy that she wanted to meet with, and I was like, oh my god. And like I was walking through this like party, and it's like every single dude was touching me. I was like, I don't like to be touched, so I'm like, I have my bubble. And like just imagine like I'm kind of chill right now, but like me then shorter, skinnier, smaller, and I'm like, don't touch me. Someone like hit my stomach, and it pricked me, and I was like, ow, like did somebody wearing jewelry or something? And I looked down, and there was like a needle in my stomach. And luckily my other best friend, because I went and found her, and I was like, this was in my stomach, we are getting out of here. And she's like, well, I'm too fucked up to drive. And I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck is in me. I don't know if I have AIDS now, but let's go. And so I went to my other best friend's house, and I told her, I was like, hey, like, I was with so-and-so, and I think I'm very, very intoxicated and possibly have other stuff in my system. And her mom just happened to be a doctor. And so I was like, obviously I don't want my mother to know. And she's like, well, your mom won't care anyway. And so she did the test on me and whatnot. She's like, okay, well, you have this drug in your system, and no, you do not pass these, or excuse me, you do not have this disease or this disease. So luckily it was a brand new needle that somebody stuck into my stomach. I have a scar from it, which I'm not going to show on air. But yeah, so I was like, I'm never going to rave again. And then my other friend in college tricked me into going to a rave, and then I saw what it was, and I was like, I'm never going again. But yes, so it was the worst experience ever. But the thing that bothers me the most about that, I'm like, okay, yes, we went to a weird party. I got stabbed with a needle, which luckily was brand fucking new. And she wanted me to drive, and I drove, and somehow we didn't die. But I'm like if you were like stoned out of your mind, would you feel more comfortable with the person that has like a needle in their stomach, or would you drive?
Yeah, like, no, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Like, I don't want to drive stone. Like, that's not me, man. I can't do it. I've tried it. It's been embarrassing when I have driven under the influence. Like, I pulled off on the highway one time when I was really young, and I just passed out because I had just gotten on the highway. I was heading out to Lansing. I was high as a fucking kite, and right when I got on the highway, it was a traffic jam, and it was just me and the heat, and I was burning up, and I just pulled off to the shoulder, and I went to sleep. And I was just like, I was religious back then. I was like, oh my God, please God, if I can just go to sleep and wake up and there not be a cop at my window, I'm never going to smoke weed again. And sometime during that time, I actually woke up for a brief moment, and there was like a van parked directly in front of me. And I swear to God, the people were doing like a Chinese fire drill, and it was still a traffic jam. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just went back to sleep. God did get me out of it, but I didn't hold to my word. Yeah. So, like I said it under the influence, you'll understand.
Yeah, maybe it was the force. No, but I mean, that was like the worst. I remember it. I remember driving for like a brief second. I just remember my friend going, "You're on the wrong side of the road," and like jolting me over. But still, I'm like, why would you let me drive? The lot, we're not friends anymore. Ironically, not from that situation, but from another. But I'm just like, apparently, I'm very good. I'm a very good driver, aside from driving on the wrong side of the road, but under the influence. But still, I'm just like something like I had a chip on my shoulder or something because I did not get any like from a needle. Like it was a brand new needle. Apparently, I had pulled it out, or the drugs did not go all the entire dose did not go into my system. So my friend's mom, who was a doctor, was able to identify what it was and like take care of me. My mother did not lose her shit about it. She's like, I do stupid shit all the time too. It's fine. But like it something that could have gone totally more terrible was not that. So like, all right. I have no idea why we got on this. Oh, so somebody said that they were on acid, so that's what led into the story.
Oh, but back to like the friendly drug of marijuana. Like that's a good thing for me is like when I don't want to draw, but I know I have to draw, like I can smoke weed and within a couple of minutes, my entire mindset is flipped. I'm ready to draw 100% excited for it.
I feel like maybe I should get high again because I haven't like I said I never really enjoyed getting high. Maybe that's just me, but it was never something. I don't mind drinking. I like drinking. I like the feeling, but the feeling of getting high, it's like because I don't know when that feeling is going to expire. Whereas when you're drunk, you can feel when you're coming down from like a buzz. Getting high, I'm like I have to go to sleep, or else this is gonna last.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just get stoned and try drawing again.
Well, you should think of it more like a tool. Like don't get stoned just to watch a cartoon or something like that. You know, if you're going to get stoned, do it, do stretching or, get on a treadmill or look, these things become actually fun when you're stoned because you appreciate it. You're like, because if you're stretching out, you're like every second you're like doing that stretch. You're like, yeah, this is making my body better. Like that's a good thing about weed. That's how it's like a tool.
I don't
going out, appreciating nature. Like I go play Frisbee golf. Like I'll smoke a little weed to go play Frisbee golf because I'm out in nature. I'm really enjoying it. Sun's shining.
Oh my God, TJ Fox, the Jack Show where everyone does different drugs. In that case, I call pot.
Yeah, I would only do pot. So, or alcohol. I drink a beer. So, it's a drug, guys.
You still haven't. Have you been stoned on the Jack Show?
Never. I've never been stoned online or drunk online or anything like that.
Oh my God, I can't get
because I won't be able to make jokes because I know socially that's how I'll get. Like, if we're all hanging out and I get high, I'm going to be the guy that just gets a little distant and get away because it gets a little uncomfortable, a little anxiety.
You get anxiety?
If I was in public, especially if wasn't like, if we went all down to Florida and got high, I'd probably get anxiety because even though I know you guys, we're, together as a group, we've never met. So that would be a little uncomfortable for me. But I drink beer, no problem, and have a good time. And,
you don't drink very often, though.
No. Only like socially and stuff like that. Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I feel like I'm the same. I honestly think that I'm better in social situations when I'm either stoned or drunk because I'm so uptight naturally that when I do drink or when I do get stoned, I like let my guard down in a good way, like not in a like, my guard's down, like in a like I'm chill as compared to being like I don't know if that's a good description or not.
No, I wouldn't be as funny because everything I would say, especially online and stuff, like sometimes we do a little bit edgy humor. I would be stopping myself a lot more before I say something because I'd be like triple and quadruple thinking about is that too far? Is that too much?
You're one of those people.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just like I feel like I'm a lot nicer and I'm more laid back when I'm drunk because when I'm sober, I feel like I'm just very like critical and like anal about everything. And everything has to be perfect and like this. And I know from personal experience I'm a lot nicer when I'm intoxicated. Speaking of that.
Well Hung and Dung wants to know who on the Jack Show would kill and eat first. Well, that'd be me. I'd kill human beings quickly.
I have no meat on my bone, so I'm useless in that sense.
Yeah. And I would probably have to be the first one, actually, because if you let too much of the meat wither away, I mean, what good is she going to be? I mean, she's going to be like dead weight.
I am a very fast enough to a person with the least amount of food, I would actually survive more than all of you guys.
No, you wouldn't. Because we'd kill you.
I ran faster than all of you.
On a desert island, yeah, you'd be dead.
No, the first thing you do on a desert island is leave everyone. You say, deuces, I'm fucking out of here. You go find the high ground. That way you can watch. This is the stupidest thing. Did you ever watch Lost?
Yeah.
Okay. What I would have done, because they a few people actually had this good idea. You circle the entire island. That way you can see the entire perimeter. Or what you do is you climb to the highest peak of the highest mountain, and you're able to have like a 360 view of the entire place. And
Not
then
necessarily.
you're able to watch where everyone is. You need to be aware of your surroundings the entire time. You need to find a water source and a food source, and you have to be aware of everything. So that's what I would do. I would say, deuces, everyone. I'm splitting, because you can't trust other people. Did you read that one book? Oh my God. What the one
Lord
with
of the Flies?
Yes. That book. Fuck those crazy children. I remember one of my favorite YouTubers, he's not a YouTuber anymore, which breaks my heart because he was my favorite. But he did this video about how they're going to do Lord of the Flies, but with girls. And he said, women don't go savage like boys do. I'm like, women will revert to savagery before boys do. I feel like men are more, even though men, I feel like, are more physical, women are fucking catty, and there's cat fights for a reason. Like, I know I have sisters. We get in fights all the time, like
that would be an interesting, like TV shows, like a Survivor, but it's like, men on one island, but I mean like a real Survivor. Like, you're not getting any food. There's no contest. You guys need to survive. And to see how men versus women would operate in a group.
Oh, women are evil. That's one thing. It's like, I feel like men, it's like you have, I don't know, maybe this is just me because I'm a girl looking at guys from the subjective point of view. But when I see men, I feel like men have more of a sense of loyalty than women do. And women, I feel like, are more like everyone for themselves, and we will backstab everyone to get what we want. Whereas men, it's like you figure out who the alpha is and who the leader is. And if you are more of a lone wolf type of person, you'll go off and do your own thing. But with women, it's all about, how do we backstab this bitch? How do we talk shit? And how do we try to manipulate this and this and this until it's all out war? And then it'll be a civil war first. Whichever side is the victor will be the one. And then they'll all turn on each other. Whereas men, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like men, there's a higher survival count as compared to women. Women will turn on themselves.
Well, there would be, but that would primarily be because, like, that's what I was saying about you, is you're so small, like, you're not going to be much use. Like, from a leader position, we would need people that can climb trees, get coconuts, turn trees into houses.
Hello.
We don't need, like, someone to sweep the hut.
I would be the only fucking woman on the island that would know how to do any of those things.
No.
Yes. Okay, so I asked my dad, I was like, Daddy, can you build me a treehouse? And he said, yes, when you're 10. And so he's like, when you're 10, we're going to go to Disneyland and I'll build you a treehouse. We went to Disneyland. He didn't build me a treehouse. So I built my own. And you can ask my dad. Well, my dad's never going to come on air. But if ever ask my dad, if we ever need proof, I'll take screenshots of like a text conversation. I built so many treehouse. I am great at climbing trees. I know how to do all of that shit because I made sure I knew how to learn how to survive on my own. I would be the person that would go off on my own. I know how to use knives. I know how to create fire without any matches. And I can build my own shelter. I can get my own water. And I know how to hunt and how to skin and clean animals to cook them. I would be fine on my own. And I would be completely fine surviving on my own. Okay. Other women, no. And I don't need that much to survive as well. It's like I can eat one meal a day and be fine.
Someone had a good point. They said that you would be good for getting in like tight spots. So that could factor in. Someone else had a point about the women island is that women are more emotional, and that would probably make it more of a distress situation.
It is, and that's a problem. So women get really paranoid. And when you're on a desert island, that is the thing that will get you, which is why I would have to go and be by myself. Maybe I could take my one friend with me, but even then that would be a hindrance because I know my friends and I know that my friends would, at least the people that I know in real life, wouldn't be able to survive on their own. So that would be like the equivalent of me taking a child with me. Like when you have a child with you, you have to provide everything for them and you have to rely on the fact that they're not going to do something stupid and they're not going to make noise. I could survive on my own in the wilderness. I know I can. So,
and I don't know, because again, I feel like this is an experiment that needs to be ran out, but well, it doesn't need to be because it result in death. But like, I feel like guys would work together in groups a lot quicker. Like we'd figure it out. We'd be like, okay, we all know what our worth is and we're going to do our thing. Whereas women might be a little bit more about, I don't know, not a group, not being team players and shit like that.
No, women are very backstabby. Women would very much be like, let's form our own little circle. Let's form this. Like, if you ever watched Mean Girls, that's like the best equivalent of how women are. And so you'd have like this group, you'd have this group, you'd have this group. And instead of working together, it'd be all of this catty drama and nothing would get done. Then all of a sudden, everyone would lose their shit. It'd be a big cat fight. Bunch of shit. People would die. Because there'd be no one there to enforce the law. A bunch of people would die. Probably the ones that could do the hunting, that could do the fishing, that could do this, and this. And then you'd just be left with everyone's are the strongest, but aren't necessarily the smartest, which is exactly why the instant I was trapped on a desert island we always say desert island, but I mean, I'm assuming that there'd be trees.
Any kind of island. Yeah. I mean, it could be tropical
island. So we'd be trapped on an island. I would go off by myself. That would be the first thing. I'd go find high ground. I'd find a source of water. I'd find, I know how to set traps. I know how to hunt. I would be fine on my own. And make sure that I would have a way to watch everyone. Oh no, I see a bunch of Fs, but it's all from the same person. Guy, if I have any mods in the chat, if that's a spammer, please figure, I don't know. Luvka, if I think you're a mod, if there's a spammer, can you take care of that for me? But yeah, I feel like I don't know how we got onto this topic, but we did.
It's a great topic. It's always fun to explore. What was I going to say? I had a good point. Oh yeah. And that, like obviously there's chicks out there, that are great at like survival. And, if you went through and you picked all these great survivalist chicks up and threw them on an island, it'd be completely different. Same if it was a bunch of guys that are all survivalists and stuff, but with a randomly picked group, like just 10 people picked up and dropped on an island. Yeah. It'd probably be a little bit more chaos for the women.
Oh, I'm just talking off of Anna is nuts. I'm not nuts. I'm talking off of personal experience. I mean, this is one thing that, like, especially like before I met Peaches, when I was dating, and I'm like, if I have better chance of surviving than you, like, this isn't gonna work. I broke my nail. Yes. That, what would suck is that would be the women that would go and hide because they broke their nail. And so all the other women that are more badass would fight to the death and then die. And so then the women that would be like, oh, I broke my nail, they would be the one that survived and then die of starvation because they don't know how to hunt. Or they would hunt and then they would hunt the poisonous animals or fish and then they would die.
Bianca Fights a Zombie wants to know, who would you eat first, Malin or Cecil?
Cecil has more fat on him.
Well, I don't know now, man. He's been dropping weight.
Well, I'd have to see how tall Jon actually is and how like beefy Jon is as compared to
250.
I don't know what that means, but you'd have to look at both of them. You would have to see who has more survival skills and who is more useful.
I think I would definitely be surviving longer than Cecil.
Okay, but you don't know that. Cecil might have some tricks on, like, he might know how to, like...
I would stay alive out of sheer meanness. That's how I would
But
get
then
by the
also,
long run.
who the fuck do you want to be stuck on a desert island with? Do you want to be stuck with John or do you want to be stuck with Cecil? Like
I'm the one that's going to do what it takes to win.
Or you could utilize both of them. You can say, Cecil, go fucking fish. John, go fucking hunt or go build shit. Go cut down trees to build a hut or a tree house so that way you can be up so you don't have to stick with all the bugs. And yeah. But yeah, there's a way to figure out how to survive with both of them, and if you were smart enough, you would. But yeah, I feel like both of John and Cecil would be useful. Kelsey and
it just really depends on how desperate the island would be, how much resource there is on
yes, yeah. Well, but then also you have to think, if it's an island, you're surrounded by ocean. There's always going to be fish. You just have to make sure that the people that you're with know the difference between non-poisonous fish and poisonous fish. Like if you catch a puffer fish, which are everywhere, you're fucking dead. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Let me read some more super chats. Cool's Games, thank you for super chat. Can the two of you? Oh, I already read that. The John Beck, thank you for super chat from California. Wish you good luck. Oh, I already read that one. Trace XL, thank you for super chat. Protesting is a constitutional right. That is true. Mm-hmm. Fine, but in all caps, if the protest leads to traffic jams that can impact lives and safety, police need to get them out of the way. People don't go where cars live. You know, and I feel like I agree with that, but that's also a touchy thing because cars didn't exist when the Constitution was written. That's just a historical fact. But yeah, let me see. Eddie Wrinkler, thank you for the super chat. And hey, I'm excited to learn about your book, dude.
Sovereign Wolf, yeah.
Happy Friday, everyone. What did I miss? Hope you and John and everyone in the chat have a great weekend or has a great weekend. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what you missed because I don't know which time you got in, but we've been talking about how to survive on a deserted island. I honestly think me and John would survive. Like if there was like a survivor, like all out war, like if you guys could survive, I think me and John would be survivors.
Yeah, somebody said that me and Cecil would just be arguing the whole time, but no, guys, I just go off and do my thing. Like whatever needs to be done, I'm just going to start doing it. I don't need to convince Cecil to live. This is the wild.
But here's the thing: Cecil always has like a trick up his sleeve. I feel like Cecil would survive. He would trick everyone out of everything because he's such like an outgoing, charismatic, talkative person. Cecil would survive just on merit itself. Mm-hmm. But I think me and John would survive off of like skills and knowledge on how to survive, you know? But here's the thing. It's like, do I have to like, so I think Peaches could survive for a decent amount of time. Like, I don't know, like if John had to like have the wife tag along with him, I don't know what her skills are or whatnot. But it's like if it was just me by myself, like just I could survive. I could.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be just fine by myself. A matter of fact, I might just kill everybody so I can just get along with myself on the island.
And that's why this is exactly the thing, because you always have those fucking crazy people that want to kill everyone so they can be by themselves. If you were ever stuck on a desert island, fucking leave. Abandon everyone. Say, fuck all of you. I'm going to go to the highest point on the island or someplace where I can hide, but I can still see everything. And nobody can come and stab me in the back, and make sure that you are away from everyone because you can only trust yourself in that situation. That's why when I was watching Lost, I'm like, all you fuckers are stupid. Yeah. Because then they know that there's others on the island and they still stay where they are. I'm like, go find a spot where only you, like, so that way you can see everything so nobody can sneak up on you. It's so stupid. But anyways, where was I? Do you remember what the last thing I read?
No.
Oh, SnarkCondian, thank you for that. Don't do it. It'll strike your channel, I'm sure. I don't know what that was for because that was a while ago, but thank thank you for the care.
Oh, was it the Daily Show thing?
I don't know, but I think you can kind of tell my hair is purple right here. Can you? It's got kind of.
It's still kind of brown in here. I mean, you can see a little bit of it, like a purplish.
It has like a tint to it, right?
Yeah. It's subtle.
Okay. Drunky McAssel, thank you for super chat. Anna, just make Peaches palm a lit cigarette. It's more painful than a tattoo and much cheaper. No, but there's something about it. Like when a guy's got tattoos, I don't know. It's just something. It's
just decoration. Yeah.
It looks nice.
Like peacock feathers.
It looks great.
Sometimes they look all right. Other times they look like a big fucking mess.
That's true. So it's like when they have like nice artwork on them. But here's the thing: when a guy has tattoos, that means that they can take pain. So they have a high tolerance, and they're willing to commit to something to have on their bodies forever. Captain Choga, thank you for super chat. Dude, you didn't have to super chat me. Not painful. LO. Get your entire back covered and both full set of ribs and get back to me. I'm covered. They all hurt. I know they fucking hurt. Unless John was the one that answered that. Dude, I know. I didn't have any. This was in between my ribs and my hip bone. It fucking hurt because there was nothing for the artist to push on. So it was just going into my gut and I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Captain Joe, we just talked about your damn tattoos.
Pain don't hurt.
They hurt. DK Samaritan, thank you so much. How are you enjoying KOTOR 2, Anna? Oh, I really like it. I was actually debating on streaming it tonight or just doing like a chill talking stream. And it ended up being chill. Excuse me. Talking stream. I wasn't expecting John to come, so thank you.
This was not very chill when I got in here. And I was like at 11 talking about Star Wars.
I was pissed. I was thoroughly pissed. Robert Flores, thank you so much. You seem culturally more of a Gen Xer. It shows how influence and media is on the youth. You begin to expose and absorbing 18 films and songs is proof. I don't know what that means.
What was the last bit?
You being exposed and absorbing 80s films and songs is proof. I'm a millennial.
Yeah, he's saying you're kind of like a Gen Xer because you like the older stuff, and he's saying the older stuff has influenced you. So your mindset is probably what he's saying is a little bit more like a Gen Xer.
What is Gen X?
Gen X is generation before millennials.
Oh, let me see. It's like my brother's age.
Yeah, I think to about 84 or something like that. If you were born before 84.
What age is Gen X? 1965 to 1979, so 40 to 54 years old. I guess. Well, here's the misconception: is because I saw this post going like it was trending hardcore on Facebook, not on Twitter, but a lot of the news, like they always say millennials, but then millennials, which is my generation, is all like, yo, we're like this old, we're not partying. Like it was especially when the coronavirus started. And fuck, I said it, but they're like, oh, all the millennials are partying for spring break, and every single millennial is like, yo, we haven't been partying for spring break in like 10 years. What are you talking about? We're all like this old now, you know? Like we don't. I was like, yeah, we would love to be 21 and partying on the beach in Florida, but we're too old now. So I mean, maybe, I guess, but I think it has to do with the fact that my parents were like in their late 30s, early 40s when they had me and my sisters. So I got exposed to the stuff that my parents liked. And then my brother is John's age.
Maybe.
Yeah, my brother's the same age as you, John. And so like I got influenced by that stuff, I guess. So then maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I like that stuff. Because here's the thing also, it's like you got to think the stuff that came out when I was a kid and then after, it sucks. Why the fuck would I like that stuff over the stuff that came out prior when it's better and they still try to copy that stuff? I don't know. It doesn't seem logical. But I guess. John P, thank you for 2 super chats in a row. Tried to contribute $2,800 to your Live Long and Prosper campaign, but was unsuccessful. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. You don't have to do that. There are tiers that you can contribute to if you want that, and you can get like a certain amount of them if you'd like to. But I appreciate the attempt, but you don't have to do that. Don't put yourself in debt. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Charles Wilson, thank you, super chat. Good night, but it's spelled like knight in shining armor. Everybody have to get up and deliver the mail in a few hours. Live long and prosper. Well, live long and prosper to you as well. Peace and love.
Oh, if you're my mailman, bring my kumquats.
Kumquats are disgusting. Do you want kumquats? I have trees of kumquats.
No, I ordered them. I ordered them last week, and then I checked today on the tracking number because I never got them, and it said they were delivered like 2 days ago.
Somebody steal your kumquats?
Well, I don't think they delivered them is what I think it is, because my road's under construction. And when I had a pallet of books being delivered, they said that they came to my door, knocked, and left the sticker on my door because I wasn't there. But I was there because of the quarantine, and there was nothing on my door handle. So the truck never came down the road. They saw the construction and turned around.
Can I ask you a huge favor?
I guess, yeah, maybe.
I really have to pee. Can you like hold the fort while I go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, those kumquats cost me like $30, I think. And, you know, the person totally delivered them. They sent them because the USPS, they're not going to lie about doing a fake delivery on her behalf. So they came here. So I can't complain to her. I have to go to the post office. I'm going to do that, I think, today. They're only open for a small window. And I'm going to say, hey, you got a box of kumquats here? What's up? The wife thought they might have dropped them off at like my PO box, but if you're going to do that, especially with like fruit, man, wouldn't you give me a heads up, give me a call or something? They have all my info. Yeah. Esteban Gold said, hey, John, that Lakers game, am I right? I don't know anything about football. Yeah. Kumquats 420. LOL, the wife. Yeah, the wife. But anyway, so yeah, we were supposed to be eating these kumquats on this auction stream tonight. Ethan had already eaten 2 pounds of them, I think he said. I'm not sure about Dan Frega. But yeah, mine never showed up. It just pisses me off because I don't ever order anything personally from like Amazon like my wife does. So I just hate that I didn't get what I ordered. And this construction that's been outside my house the entire time of this quarantine is driving me crazy. It's loud every day and I have to hear it. I can't escape it. My house was vibrating today. My cat was looking at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? That's what I had to do. Nothing. Yeah, Checkpoint says, never trust Amazon again. I might not. Kentucky Ninja says, John, do you like Hammer horror films? Sure. Excuse me. Yeah, I like how they're a little bit more edgier. You know, they're a little darker, a little bit more blood. And I was talking just a while ago because I started watching just because like Amazon Prime has a bunch of them. I watched what is it? Twins of Terror or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But...
Is that the zombie show?
No, it was like it was a vampire show. Someone asked if I was watching Hammer films, and then I watched anything with like Peter Cullen in it. I just kind of check it out.
Who's that?
The dude from Star Wars, the bony face guy in the very first Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
The one who blows up Alderaan, whatever.
Yes.
You know, he's from Hammer Horror. Like,
yes.
George Lucas must be a Hammer Horror guy because he got Peter Cullen and Christopher Lee for Star Wars, and they're both icons. Like, for Hammer Horror.
Yes.
Yeah. Twins of Evil, I think is what it was. Twins of Evil.
Charles Wilson, thank you for that. Good night, everybody. Have to get up and deliver mail in a few hours. Live on Prosper. I think I read that. Steps in Gold, thank you for that. Evening/morning, Anna and John, and they spelled both of our names right.
Nice. Morning.
First time right. It's amazing, and Phantom Menace community keep making these vids/streams during everything. I'm trying to do vids but have no energy. Hats off to you and hope you are well. Yeah, dude, tell me about it. Sometimes it's like I don't want to make a video, and it's always during those days when I'm like, I don't have any energy. I don't want to make a video, and that's always when the news drops. And so it's like I have to take so the Mio that have caffeine, they're in black bottles. So I have to like chug caffeine, and then like I get hyped, and then I turn on my camera and I start talking, and those have been my best videos. And I just go for it. So it's like caffeine helps. I'm telling you, John, the video, my best video on my channel was I was sitting next to Peaches on the couch, and I was like, ugh. I was like, I have to make a video for tomorrow or for today, whatever day it was. And he's just like, what are you going to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. There's no news out or anything, but Captain Marvel is trending. And he's like, just talk about that. And I was like, I guess. And so I drank some Mio caffeine, and I went into, my office, and I sat there, and I turned on the camera, and I was like, let me explain to you why Captain Marvel sucks and how it's taking the focus away from Captain America and Iron Man's friendship. And I just ranted. And John, I'm not even kidding you. That video did it for my channel. Like that video started trending. And so it was the best month I've ever had on YouTube. I got 40,000 subscribers in 1 month.
Nice.
I went from 20,000 to 80,000 in 1 month because of that video.
You're on fire.
Where I just ranted about how, also because I kept making Captain Marvel videos, and I was just like, Brie Larson is doing this shit, and she was doing this shit, and I was the first one on top of all of these stories, so that had to help. That helped it too, but because that video took off, it took off my channel. So that's why I tell everyone, I was like, it does just I don't know, just get your energy and then just turn on the camera and start talking. And if you really are passionate about what you're talking about, people will listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that, that video we watched last night, that one Ethan played, excuse me, where the guy did the edit of you, and it was all the inhales or exhales that you were doing. Yeah. But if you watch that, I mean, you are very animated in between all those cuts. Like your arms are flying all over the place while you're talking. I mean, that's probably really good for, being on camera too, is, your presentation is dynamic because you keep flailing about like a fish.
I know, like crazy. Mm-hmm. Yes, Thundercats. I know my math is off. 20,000 plus 40,000 equals 80,000. Yes, I did not do the math right. It honestly, it was like 40,000 within 2 weeks. That's why. So I should really say 60,000 in a month.
Yeah, that's incredible, man.
I'm
surprised. I'm surprised Cecil hasn't just blown through the roof. I mean, he's doing good, but he's just
Cecil hasn't made a video in forever, and I'll send you guys videos or I'll send you guys stories, and I'm like, Cecil, do a video on this right fucking now, and he doesn't do it, and I'm like, Cecil, your channel could explode, and do you know how big that would be for your comic and your future? Come on, And I had so many people that have said I found your video or I found your channel because of your Captain Marvel videos. I'm like, I was working I didn't do anything else that month of February. And I remember because I'm like, it's the shortest month of the year. And that was the best month I've ever had on YouTube because I would wake up and I have a very strange sleep schedule. So I would just open up, and I would see Google, and it'd be like, here's this thing that Brie Larson said, or here's this thing that Brie Larson did, and this and this, and I would just do a video on it because I would read the article and I was like, that's fishy. Let me look more into it. And so it's doing your research and it's being passionate about what you're talking about. So if you care about what you're talking about and you know what you're talking about, you will do great.
Yeah. Kumquats 420 says Cecil is depressed.
Once this quarantine lifts, I think Cecil will be a lot better. But Cecil just like made a video a day. His channel would be taking off because Cecil's really funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. He's got it.
If you did redesigns with your artistic abilities, like, because I see all of these art channels that I follow, and they don't have half the talent as like you or Ethan, and their channels have like 500,000 subs or millions of subs.
Yeah, a lot of them have been around for a long time though. Like they're, you know, they have 7 years invested. And
I know, but John, here's the thing: is a majority of those subscribers that they got came from one video, and so it only takes one video for you to put out that hits the algorithm on YouTube right, that will take your channel spiraling.
Good point.
It was that one Captain Marvel video that took off, and it catapulted all my other Captain Marvel videos to do that good. And so it's like, look at Doomcock. Doomcock was stuck at 19,000 subs for almost a year, and then he has a very good source at Lucasfilm that knew all of the leaks for Rise of Skywalker, and so he was doing Rise of Skywalker leaks, and his channel is bigger than mine, but for over a year he was stuck at 19,000 subs where I was at over 100,000, you know? And so it only takes one video, and once that one video starts getting traction, your other videos start getting traction. You just have to continue to make them. And so it's like, if you like, when all of that, with the second that those, and it's like, yeah, you don't want to do work for Marvel, but when that was trending, when New Warriors was trending, everyone that was making redesign videos or everyone that was talking about it, those videos took off because it was trending. And so people were Googling that. And so when people Google that, because it's trending, they will see all the other stuff that has those same tags, and then that'll take off. So if you would have done redesigns, either if, you know, the day or the day after that video got released, your video your video and your channel would have gotten, you know, thousands of subs and thousands of hits because you did it right when that was trending.
All right.
And it sucks because like you have to follow the algorithm, you have to follow what's trending, you have to be ready to do it on the fly. And so that's what sucks, because it's like planning ahead. It's like, all right, unless you already have millions, it's like, it's a pain in the butt, because maybe you have plans to do this video that day and then some news drops and you have to drop everything to cover that. But I mean, I think you could do that in like an hour. Like redesign. Next time Marvel comes out with something, just do a redesign that day and come out with a video, and it'll start trending.
Yeah, I think I can count on them to come up with something stupid. They're on a roll, really.
I finally watched that stupid new X-Men, and I was watching the video and I was like, this hurts more than New Warriors.
Oh, is it the Dark Phoenix one, or?
It was
the movie.
No, it was the chick that was saying the new X-Men. She's like, oh, Cyclops is gonna be this. Oh, there's one that's a Zoomer.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Everybody's crazy.
Well, it's like the new Warriors thing came out, and then like the new X-Men came out, and it's the
that new X-Men. Okay, all right, yeah. The gotcha. Okay.
I need to do redesigns as well. John P. Thank you. I already read those ones. Steps in Gold. Evening/morning, and John, it's amazing the Fandom Menace community can keep making these vids. I think I read that one. Let me update this. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting the hiccups now. Steps in Gold, thank you, Mr. Chat. Star Wars is dead. Change my mind. Star Wars is not dead, because if I can keep coming up with ideas on how to fix it, it's still alive. The people in charge of it are fucking stupid. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a tool for politics.
I don't even know if I've asked you. Do you even like Star Wars?
What do you mean? Do I even like Star Wars? Yeah, the first 3 are the only 3 that count. They only made 3 of them. New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi. That was it. My childhood was fine because they never made any movies beyond that, or books, or novels, or any kind of extended universe. Yeah.
This is when me and John.
Look, they killed Darth Maul off. He was like a really cool character. They should have kept him around for the whole prequel stuff.
That way you would see how badass Obi-Wan was.
I didn't need to see how badass Obi-Wan was. Kill some stormtroopers, Obi-Wan.
Well, he killed the Darth Maul, the badass. I agree with him, but that scene, you gotta admit, Duel of the Fates is epic.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, but they killed him off too soon, and then everything after that, I just didn't really care, man. I did like the only. There's only one scene that really sticks with me, like from that whole prequel thing, and that's when Anakin goes up to the younglings, and like that little kid takes the lightsaber lights up, and the little kid takes a little step back. Like that, like hit me. I'm like, that poor kid. But other than that, man, there's like 3 movies of like forgettable shit.
Skywalker, yeah. What are you gonna do? And then he ignites it, and it's like, dude, you got a baby on the way.
Yeah.
My big thing was like when he sees Padme and she's obviously pregnant because in the next scene she's got a belly. Mm-hmm. But it's like you are the strong, like you have the most midichlorians than any Jedi ever recorded, even higher than Master Yoda. How the fuck did you not feel the fuck that your wife was pregnant? And also with the technology that they have, how did you not know that she was having twins? You know?
Yeah. Maybe because he was too self-centered at that point.
No, he the entire, like, 2 previous movies, his entire life has revolved around Padme and getting Padme or being in love with Padme and, like, convincing her to love him back. That's what his entire goal was the last 2 movies. And so all of a sudden now he's got her and he knocked her up. How does he not feel that there's 2 babies in there? Because
he's after power, would be my guess.
He's not after power. He's all about trying to keep her alive. His entire world revolves around her. And, getting a promotion at his job. He's got 2 things on his mind, getting a promotion and his wife. Okay, how the fuck do you not feel that?
Dave McFarlane says the dark side clouds everything.
No, it doesn't. That's what Palpatine does. But still, okay, but so if his mind is clouded, you're telling me that she's not going in for like ultrasounds, she's not going in for like prenatal health care? Give me a fucking break. She knows she's having fucking twins. Okay, so he's clouded by the dark side. Then Obi-Wan and Yoda, who are not clouded by the dark side in any way, shape, or form, you're telling me that they didn't sense she was having 2 fucking babies?
Maybe they did, and they didn't want to tell anybody because they didn't feel it was their business.
They're surprised. They are surprised when the droid tells them, oh, yeah, we need to act fast so we can deliver the babies. And they're like, what do you mean babies? And they're like, she's carrying twins. And I'm like, why the fuck are you surprised? You should have sensed that with the Force.
Yeah, probably.
Like, so John, you're telling me that this woman, like, those weren't little babies. Those weren't preemie babies. Those were big ass fucking babies. She had a tiny little belly, teeny, teeny, tiny. But for some reason, she delivered babies that were bigger than I was when I was born. I was 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Those were like at least 8 pounders. Minimum 8-pound babies. And she had 2 of them in her teeny, weeny little tummy.
Yeah.
And nobody felt that they were twins.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, because they lost me with when they turned the Force into like whatever microscopic organisms and so midichlorians. Yeah, because it was a lot better when it was just this kind of like spiritual nebulous kind of type thing, and now it's just bugs. Yeah,
but George wanted to come up with an explanation, and here's
because everyone got into this thing where everything had to be explained all the time, or it's like, no, I don't need all these things explained. It's the Force, it surrounds you, penetrates you. Yeah, I get it.
Well, when he did like even with the Clone Wars, he tries to gonna do it more. And even that, like with the wills and all that, and how those are the things with the Force. He had this whole like mythos behind it, and like going even more.
Someone just said, "Why don't you write Star Wars now?"
They're quoting my mother.
I know. That's why it's funny.
I've told this. I've done streams where I'm like, Disney, here is how you go from point A to point Z on how to fix it. Hire me, and they won't.
Ordinary Eyeball Drew said it. Thank you, Ordinary.
Oh, thank you. I have said this many times. You can hire me, Disney. Just pay off my student loans. Like that. That's all I ask.
Damn.
You don't
It's a lot of money. Jeez.
A salary. Well, that's like what a few months worth. Well, okay, so my student. So you have to pay me a year's worth salary, which would just pay it to my student loans. I'll keep doing YouTube and painting stuff and whatnot. Just pay off my student loans. I will fix Star Wars for you. I will fucking do it. You know, I can and I will. Just pay off my pay off all of my debt. I will fix your IP for you, and you can continue to make money after. And you can even use the whole "she's a whammon" thing. Like, yeah, I'll let you use that. You can virtue signal. You can say she's a whammon. She's this age, and actually, I'm 9, so you can say, well, she identifies as a 9-year-old, but she's gonna fix Star Wars for you. I will fix it for you. Just pay off all my debt, and I will fix it for them. Do they listen to me? Absolutely not.
Of course not. Manga Comics says midichlorians are not the Force. They just concentrate, or just a concentration of cells that show your connection to the Force. Yeah, I don't need all that stuff. All I need is I think all the audience needs is the idea that if you believe, just like faith, if you believe in it, then you can access that. Like even like Donnie Yen in whatever that was, Rogue One, whatnot. He was the best thing about that whole show. And it was because he believed in the Force. I didn't need to know that he had a higher midichlorian count or whatnot, but it is all because of his belief in the Force in that movie where that made it powerful when he walked. What did he do? Walk through the battlefield. So
okay, here's the thing, your debt is too much for even Disney. No, Disney makes $30 million a day. That is not my debt. I'm telling you guys, I could fix it and I could make it awesome. Do they hire me? No, because they're stupid. And I could come up with something even cuter than Baby fucking Yoda. I guarantee it.
Whoa, wait, what'd you say? Baby Yoda's a hit.
I know, and I could come up with something better.
No, this is a home run right here. Baby Yoda's a home run.
Baby Rancor.
Get out of here.
That thing would be fucking cute, John. And there'd be a bunch of them.
No.
I know what's cute because I'm a fucking girl. And I know I lose my shit over Baby Yoda. And I know what's cute.
Yeah, but you have to admit that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to admit Baby Yoda is a home run.
Yeah, Baby Yoda is fucking great. And I would come up with something better. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, John. Because here's the thing about The Mandalorian. The writing is fucking terrible.
No. Yeah, everything else around there's a lot of problems around there. But the character, the concept of Baby Yoda, I mean, that's as good as it gets.
I might not be good at math. I might be able to draw and write my name. But if there's one thing I can do better than everything else, including breathing, I could fix Star Wars better than anyone at Lucasfilm.
Okay. I'm just saying, whoever came up with the Baby Yoda concept, like they should get an award. Like there should maybe be a day named after them at Lucasfilm.
That's true.
I mean, that's about as good as you can get. That person should be promoted, rewarded. I mean, that's a great concept. I would be so disappointed if someone told me it was Favreau's idea. Ugh, fuck that guy. Oh well. Anna, I have to go.
Oh, okay. Well, I have like 3 super chats, but you can go.
Oh, yeah. No, I can wait. Yeah. Okay. If you were going to end, I didn't know if you were just going to be on a tear all night. So
no. I'm like at my limit of.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
so
I'll stick around.
I was going to finish reading super chats, and then I was going to say goodnight. Charles Wilson, thank you. Don't call your be on hold forever. Go in person and make sure you have your tracking number. I think that was for you.
Do what?
Don't call. You'll be on hold forever. Go in person. Make sure you have your tracking number.
Yeah, I don't know, because if I go in person, I think I'm going to be required to wear a mask, and that's just going to piss me off. I hate the idea of the government telling me I got to wear a fucking mask, man.
That's true. Observer Dude, thank you for 2 super chats. Do you think the sequel trilogy could hold up? No, absolutely not. It's already irrelevant. Even the people that love The Last Jedi hate The Rise of Skywalker. It's done. The sequel trilogy is done. Nobody cares about it. And then your next super chat. Why didn't Mace Windu arrest Palpatine out in public instead of in his private office? Because that's where Palpatine was when they arrested him. Like, what? You were just going to wait for this psychopath raging Sith Lord to come out in public? No.
I don't know. It might have been better for... Well, he might not have revealed himself if he was out in public, though.
Well, in public, you might have gotten a bunch of people that would be on his side because, like, oh, no, he's been trying to save the Republic and, like, go against... Then it could have been an all-out civil war, like, where the people, like, the civilians try to go in between the Jedi and the Sith Lord without knowing that he's a Sith Lord. And he could play the frail old man. So, if anything, it was better that they did it in private. But then, of course, Anakin came in and got in between it, which fucked up. Anthony P, thank you for that. You gonna review Arlnaut Star Wars? I don't know how to say that word. So when I'm sober, I will come back and look at this and I will answer you next Jack show, possibly. And then GJ Fox, thank you for the last super chat of the night that I will be reading, even though you didn't say anything. Thank you. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I am pretty hammered and I'm going to go pass out like a little baby. John, thank you for being here.
Pleasure. Everyone have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Or no, it's not Friday anymore. Yeah. Have a great weekend, guys. Auction night over on Ethan Van Skyver's channel, and we'll be talking about Dan Frigga's book, Black Flag, launching today at noon. So
and check out my Vampirella cover. Are you going to draw another thing for the auction?
I don't think so. If I get like a win. I told Ethan I'd be happy to. I told Ethan I'd be happy to pop on there 2 times, but I said I only really have one piece.
You drew the Frankenstein dude. Now you draw Vlad. Draw Lilith.
Yeah, if I did one, I'd probably draw her.
Draw Lilith.
We'll see. We'll see.
Do it.
I don't want to commit to it right now. I'm going to try to enjoy my Saturday.
Just do it, everyone. Good night.